A is for America, B is for beer. ABC, fine wine and spirits bring me so much cheer.
That's not what the ABC stands for.
America beer.
They're going to be like,
it's always be celebrating. I know what it is.
We're going to stop our advertising. You are spreading false information. We're like, I'm sorry. Yeah, always be celebrating ABC, fine wine, and spirits.
I went in there yesterday. It is the only place, because White Claw has rolled out so many new products, it's the only place that you can find White Claw 70. Which is still my favorite little unicorn, clementine, tasty little tangerine beverage.
Yep.
But
they got the White Claw collection number 3 now.
They got the iced teas. They got the Mike's Hard Lemonades. They've got all the Florida beers you want, because I was
craft beer.
I was snagging all kinds of craft beer. I'm back, baby. We're open, baby.
Yep.
Always be celebrating.
Any fine wine and spirits. Obviously, cigars as well.
The Humidor, thehumidor.com. That is their cigar partner.
Yep. And if you order from thehumidor.com, use promo code Tom and Dan to save 20% off your order. And it shows them that you're listening and you're using their code. Also, we're giving away a coupon and all the gift bags for our land cruise. So you'll get a coupon for percentage off delivery. They do
same day delivery. In fact, the delivery, it's so fast, if you get the address wrong, your wife will be mad because you were trying to send your White Claw 70 to the studio and you accidentally sent it to the house.
And if you go to ABC, just take a picture of what you bought or take a picture of the ABC that you're at. Use hashtag.
Hashtag ABC.
Why did I turn into a gremlin?
Use the hashtag.
You were doing some good, dude. I was like, God damn it! Why? God, why would anybody support this? Hashtag ABC.
Hashtag. That was a hat tag.
TDABC. You know.
I knew what you were going to do. You did this. You did the, I'll explode. And then once I've exploded with anger, I'll come back and I'll hit it out of the park with how good I can do. Watch this. That's all.
That's all I'll make up for now. Then you got nothing.
Whoa.
ABC.
Oh, say, can you?
You guys know.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
So, it doesn't really feel like a weekend, I think, because we had to get up so early to do the news.
No.
Because we haven't done like an event in forever. So I tell my daughter we're going to be on the news so I can big dick it.
Yep.
And we're not even on the news because we live in this new world where, and everybody's catching up to what we originally started with a corporate time. Like, we are so far ahead on a corporate time shows. We're like taping for July. Everything, like everybody else is taped. Like, they taped our interview that will air next week on the news, but it's just, everything's just taped. And you know what? I like it.
It's all virtual.
Yeah, I'm a fan. But shout outs to Wesh and Jason Guy for always being cool and always being down to talk about old Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. Welcome to the show. Trying to get out of the habit of being a radio guy and radioing it up when I come into the show. So that's a little bit better, right? Start a conversation with you guys.
Well, let's talk about our event because this is probably going to be the last time we promote it. It's next Saturday.
What?
April 17th. I know
I'm not ready.
We've been bussing
Did you
our
buy your
ass
outfit?
Well, I ordered it. I don't know if it'll get here in time.
You guys saw my outfit. Butler, did you get an outfit?
I'm still working on mine.
Yeah,
Why were you making yours? What are you going to go as a bunch of helmets
Crochet,
on a spike?
Macrame.
We're looking for a full Stormtrooper outfit. I know. Do you still have Bert the Stormtroopers?
Yeah, I can reach out to Bert.
I don't know that they're the same size.
Those things are very coveted, though. I mean, there's pretty, you can't be chopping around in that thing.
Yeah, well, what do they cost? Like
a couple $100, I would imagine.
More than that, like $1,200.
Between $800 to like $1,600, depending on.
See, I have no concept of what it costs to buy a plastic suit.
Well, I landed exactly on the.
Let's not call it what it isn't. It is a plastic suit. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying that to dumb. I'm just saying it shouldn't be that expensive. It's a plastic suit. It shouldn't.
So we've been busting our ass to get ready for this event. Like
you guys have. I just kind of been doing what I normally do. I don't know how that worked out, but I'm okay with it.
We haven't done an event in now a year and a half or a year and.
What was our last event?
Well, according to that lady,
Suds 2019.
Okay,
according
November
to that
2019.
That lady that we purchased a time at her wedding venue. Just go back to that email. That lady's just whipping our door. Come on, guys, do an event. Do an event.
I know.
We're holding her whole venue hostage.
It is fine. No, just keep pushing it back.
Do you think I don't care? I mean, like, it's been a pandemic. I don't care.
I was pretty pissed, and we had to push that back. I'm like, so much work.
Yeah, it was a lot of
damn
work.
it.
I mean, you went back and forth with that lady.
Yeah,
well, anyway,
we toured the area.
So we have events like loaded and locked, but nothing to do except for this one that we're doing at Dr. Phillips, and I'm excited about this one, man.
So I believe there's 6 tickets left, somewhere around there, or 6 boxes left. I guess that would be 30 tickets, but obviously you have to at least buy 2 tickets to get the box yourself. So anyway, if you want to go, it's on the Dr. Phillips website.
Can we say some of the special guests that will be there just as guest of ours? Is that okay?
Yeah,
my friend Drew Garabo and his producer John are going to be there. So we got some people coming in from Tampa. They're massive cashed out fans, so that's going to be fun.
Jana and Jason, they're going to show up, and
the Bananas will be there.
Yep, and
or Shelfers, I guess I should say, not be an asshole.
I think Mike from Mike's Weather Page is coming over from Tampa.
Nice.
He'll be out.
Get him an Uber. That guy.
Yeah.
Bart Merrick, Ross McCoy.
Yes.
Jesse from Oding Hummus is coming by.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Very cool.
I saw him walking.
This is cool. I'm kind of glad that our first event back gets to be almost like a family reunion or like a family event.
We haven't seen each other in
I know. Our buddy
wave from your pods.
Big Tim's coming out. I think he's got his own pod. We're gonna have him, come out.
Seth's not coming because he's the biggest pussy I know.
Oh,
but he wants us to come to his event.
Oh yeah.
Well, wait. He wants us to bring a tent out there. And
not
he
only
wants me to do a karate demonstration.
Oh yeah, he's asking me to perform something. He's like, "Will you do this thing?" I'm like, "God damn it!"
He's not coming. Why
I'm
not?
missing that event, by the way.
It's
because
it's social distance.
No, not because of that. He's not coming because he's like, I'm getting my second vaccine that day, and they say the second one's supposed to be a real,
oh my God,
a real humdinger, and I don't want to.
My arm didn't even get sore for the first one. You're fine. You're a muscle man.
You got into the ring with Bob Sapp, and you were fighting him with all your strength.
A little shot's gonna hurt, little baby.
And he was going to fight Kimbo Slice. I've never seen the guy in person, but on YouTube he looks terrifying, and I would never get into a ring with that man to fight him full strength.
He's a killing machine.
Yeah. And you got in that fine, but you're afraid your tummy's gonna hurt your second vaccine.
But he does like weirdo things that like even I am afraid of. Like he'll get on a flight to Brazil, no problem. But he won't come to our event because, he's afraid he's going to get the sniffles from the vaccine.
You can't make sense of the nonsense.
Yeah.
I know.
He picks and chooses.
And this is coming from me. You know.
He's comfortable
You
with.
told me not to tell him, but...
Now everyone's going to fuck with him.
So, and he'll never hear it. He doesn't even know where our show is found.
Hear this, but people will fuck with him.
We're all piling on. We're all being mean. Tom's like, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. That's a good move.
He's doing it for you guys.
Yeah, this guy, you must be in a good move. You got your evil genius hat on.
Let me thank all the sponsors real quick.
Yeah, hit 'em.
JustCallMo.com, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, Sports Subaru.
Hold on. If I don't do this correctly, I get in trouble by Mo. There we go. Put the Mo
We also have
a low blast out there.
A gift bag in every single box.
God, I'm sick of looking at these goddamn gift bags.
Which Samantha and Travis
the best part
personally stuffed
they did.
every single one they're going to get in their studio.
Every single one. And the coolest thing about these gift bags is that no one will complain to any of us about them. That's the best part. That's the best part.
Gift bag.
That's true.
That's the best part. No one will ever. You know, that's the thing I know about our guys is they never complain about anything, not even one time.
They're just grateful that they get stuff.
That's what I think.
Well, we personally, as a show, bought some Land Cruise pens that you will get, like
I love those,
like novelty take home
enamel
lapel
pins.
pen.
Lapel pen.
Novel is a nice ass pen.
Nice.
It's nice.
And we threw in a Tom and Dan koozie. What else did we buy? Obviously, you get the bingo card.
Well, you
for
went
bingo,
a little crazy.
Like
you don't even really know what's in there because you really don't know what's in there because you ordered too much stuff.
That's true.
Well, you guys stuffed.
We got that
way too much shit.
metal decal thing that Villain made us.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Light up Kanye glasses.
Yeah,
For
it's
certain bags.
like these are the coolest stickers we've ever had. Villain partnered with us and they made these BDM. I have one on my
aluminum.
Car
It's
emblem.
the only one I've ever put on my car because it's
I put
that
one on
cool.
mine too.
It's an aluminum emblem like a BDM logo that looks like you're in a secret society or something. It's friggin' awesome.
Yep, that's courtesy of Villain. At Home Floor Store, we have some sunglasses branded in every bag. Bart Merrick team, we have a stadium cup, a big blue, as I like to call them. So
there's a big blue stadium cup in there. Guaranteed the paint will fall off of those cups. But, only after about 2 years.
Right.
2 years. It's a solid cup, but the second year in, you'll start getting white dust on your cheeks if you drink too much.
We've got a hard seltzer, a White Claw koozie from Secured Roofing.
Those are hard to
It's gonna
come
be in
by.
there. American Air and Heat threw in a koozie and also a $25 gift card towards anything.
Do we have any
services
extra
or whatever?
White Claw koozies at all?
Yes.
Because the ones that are here, even during a pandemic,
They get taken.
yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to name any names, but I'm looking at you, cleaning people and fishmen. I'm just looking at you because they go. Look,
They didn't steal our stuff.
Don't spread that.
I'm looking at you, company that gives us a free fish
I'm
tank
looking at
and maintains it for free.
yeah, I'm looking at them.
So
Victim blame always.
also, Blanchard Insurance got. We threw in some masks. If you need one, they're custom, courtesy of Blanchard.
They're really nice. They look great.
So, and a bunch of other stuff. But so we had all this stuff in our lobby, and basically we got it at different times from China and
Yeah, if you
different
tune
places.
into the Twitch, you've seen the boxes stacked in front of the fish tank.
Yeah. And
It's amazing how many people actually dislike the boxes behind the fish tank. Like our chat room on Twitch. And if you want to watch these shows,
They're
they're
just
live on Twitch.
dickheads.
Oh my God.
Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. No, seriously, they're like, ruining the view of my fish tank.
Yeah, horrible feng shui.
Yeah, I'm like, good Lord, y'all.
So anyway, we had all these boxes. Thanks to Vintage Paper Company for
Yes.
printing our bingo cards. And Tony Palmiotti really helped us out with them. I mean, this has been months of work to put this thing together. You know, try to like Daniel. I was joking around the news today. Daniel's like, "Let's do a land cruise," and then literally we're like, "All right, what is that?" I'm like, "Maybe a cruise director." Like, and all this stuff fell into place, and
it happens a lot where things kind of land in our laps. It's almost like
I can't believe these people are so nice to us.
Okay, like, but how is that possible? There's weird things that happen. Like, I'll lay out weird things that happen. Like a couple that just come to mind when we're talking land cruise. For instance, like I said, land cruise. It's passing comment. You keep saying it's a great idea. Whatever. I don't think it's a great idea, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and it became a great idea. I mean, it's just a phrase with no idea behind it. But Tony did. Yeah, he got a hold of you, and he's like, "Yeah, I just happen to know this." You know, this.
He's like, "I know a cruise director," and I'm thinking, I was like, "All right, some guy on the Victory Cruise Casino." You know, I don't think someone in the industry that has done it before. And then he tells me who it is, and we are like, "Oh, great!" This, and we start promoting it, and then I get a flood of people who are like, "How'd you get Mark Walker?"
Yeah.
He's like the most popular cruise director.
Casey Kasem of fucking.
I'm like, I don't know. know. Then I got nervous and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
Nobody should be doing
Well, I
it.
got nervous too because my wife even knows who the guy is because that 8-day cruise that we took years ago, right before I quit my job, that's the guy that was on our boat.
Dude,
that's our guy. Like I've been on this guy's boat before.
Like Amy Sweezy's doing like a expose on him. Like none of it has nothing to do with us. It's like Mark Walker is involved in this land cruise.
Hey, no bullshit, y'all are gonna want to dress to
way
impress.
more famous.
Yeah, you're gonna want to dress to impress because Amy Sweezy, who now works for Growing Boulder, which is a publishing company here in town, like a media company, and they produce pieces and do really great behind the scenes stories on different luminaries in the Florida area, and she's going to be there doing finishing the expose deal that they're doing on Mark. So that's really cool. What else do we have?
Well, then we called Charles only because he did our 7-year event back in the day, the Juggler, and then so I called him up because I still had his phone number. He answered in the goddamn Tonight Show green room, and then when he answered, he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, Mark.
Again, should not be at our event.
No,
he was
no.
at the fucking Tonight Show.
No, he should have been like, well, how'd you get this number? Who
are you?
And then to follow up, because I said
and then he's like, I'll do it. I'm like, no, you don't have to.
You felt bad.
And then he's like, and then I'm like, all right, I'm like, we're looking for maybe a magician. He's like, I got a guy. And then when I found out who he gets, it's like this guy that's been doing illusion. He's been a magician for so long, 10,000 performances, like the huge events and stuff. And I'm like, how did this happen? Why are these people agreeing? And then cashed out.
Yeah. And then
that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, they cashed out. It's like, oh, we'd love to do it. We'll definitely be there. And then yesterday, the mayor's office contacted me because they heard ACT and they heard me say that the mayor's office didn't contact me. And they're like, oh my God, we're so sorry. And then I'm apologizing to them about being a dickhead on the ACT. I was like, I shouldn't have said anything on ACT. I was joking around. I hope you know.
Well,
and they're like, no, it's totally fine.
Email back.
And then they're like, it's totally fine. They're like, oh. And then I tell them, hey, this event just happens to be on the 5-year anniversary, April 17th, Tom and Dan Day, when 5 years ago, the mayor declared that it was Tom and Dan Day to commemorate 10 million downloads, and it just happens at our event on that day, and now the mayor's like, yeah, I'll do a video for you. Yeah, I'd love to stop by. I can't, but I'll do a video for you and come by. And what is happening?
Haven't broke 11 million, by the way.
That's not true.
And basically, that was the pinnacle. Stopped.
I actually looked
everybody jumped ship.
I actually looked at that number. Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea.
I looked at it. If you have to go to the legacy numbers and then take everything else and put it in there, but not including ACTs. I think it's closer to a 21 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Meaningless.
It really is.
Well,
now, to put that in perspective, people that have been doing this for less time have trumped us. Let's take Dave Ramsey, the financial guy. He puts a sprinkling of God on there. This week, he just celebrated 1 billion downloads.
Oh, he's got that guy.
He's one of 5 shows that have ever hit 1 billion downloads. So there you go. That'll put it in perspective. Like Tom said, 21 million fucking sucks.
You partner with God.
And money.
You got the money.
God and money. God, money.
Also, I think everybody, including Dr. Phillips, thinks that we're a bigger organization than we are because I've been dodging and questions and things to make it look like.
Plus, our entertainment looks great, so they're probably like, "Oh, they got all these good acts. They must really have some pull."
We
just got lucky.
We got yanked, dog.
Yeah, because I've been saying like, "Oh yeah, I'll have my people take care of that," and then I email back.
Then you just start yelling at me and Butler.
Yeah, and then because I want them to believe like, oh, there's they're a professional organization. And so when I was talking about who was going to be distributing the bags, the gift bags that day, and they were like, well, send us the, who is going to be on your staff that's going to be distributing the bags that day at Dr. Phillips at everything. And I was like, Travis Butler, Sam, and then
I'm like Madonna. I just get one name.
And then it looks like Kavanaugh's little black book. It's like Stinky, Marty,
and then like
MC Dodge,
and like me and Daniel will be there to
supervising,
oversee
Big Frog,
and also be doing it as well. Like it's just us. We have to do it all ourselves. We're going here.
It's just the same 4 names.
And Tony Palmiotti.
Yeah, Tony and Deb. Tony and Deb.
They already got vaccinated. Tony's of age. He got it first.
Of age.
He was the first one. Anyway, so
You planned that a year in advance.
let's go to back to stuffing the bags because that's
DMX finally passed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, there you go. Just in the chat room, my wife
Well,
just
I feel
popped
like
in.
we need to listen to DMX now.
I'm glad my wife popped in to spread that news. That's
Fun
awesome.
Friday.
Hey, it's that is a shame.
I mean, we
That's sad.
kind of knew it was coming,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I don't think anybody thought he was going to end up on.
Once you're out of oxygen for a while, and then that's part of the story, that's usually not good. Like, that's usually you never wake up from that. But anyway, so stuffing the bags. That's another thing that Samantha and Travis did by hand. Every single over 400
That's
of them.
very old school Tom and Dan. We haven't done a good bag
It's been
stuffing
a while,
in a
yeah.
minute.
Yeah. So we stuffed them all, and then we brought them over to the storage unit, which has been 3 truckloads. I mean, I didn't
Are we going
think
to
it
talk
was-
about how unorganized you were the day that you had planned to bring them over to the storage unit?
we could
I
talk
don't think
about
we
it.
planned on it. I mean, anything's
I don't
on
know.
the table at this point.
I don't know. It's like,
I believe the.
I mean, Steve Jobs employees were like, let's talk about how this app that works.
Well, the lady senator from Orlando has the floor. Apparently, she has a bone to pick with you,
I've
sir.
already contacted Mo DeWitt
Listen,
about the injuries that occurred this week.
Oh, well, okay. So, I did say I kept putting off.
This is why I'm glad I got to edit video. I'm just like, I'm in here editing video.
I'd stuffed so much of my personal garbage in the storage unit, and I've let it go like a hoarder for so long.
I also noticed you didn't want me to go there because you didn't want me to see the real.
It's like every hoarder.
Yeah, we
even
all
this
offered
morning-
it, and he didn't want anyone to go with
No,
it.
no, no, no. I
Which
got this. I got
leads me
this.
to
You're
believe
ashamed of what you've done.
there leads me to believe there is still tons of his shit in there.
No.
He just took a little bit out because this morning, after we did our news appearance, he was going there to drop off another load of these hand stuffed bags. By the way, you guys should have written on there hand stuffed because I feel like you could sell them for more. You know, like these are hand stuffed bags. Anyway, I was like, I'll go with you. You make it faster. He's like, oh, well, I'm literally just going there and coming back. There will be no need for you to be the bubble. And then he's out the door super fast because he knows.
I'll pile the whole stuff
as soon
on
as
one
we pull up, the door's already up. I look in there and there's a goddamn reindeer he stole from Mosquito Nicks.
No,
He stole reindeer from Mosquito
I
Nicks.
punted
up.
those in the trash. Anyway, so we had to hand stuff these bags. By we, I mean Sam and Trav.
Artesian bag, somebody in the chat room said. I like that.
And it was way more. You should see the pile that's in the goddamn storage unit. It is a lot.
And then you said the most redneck thing that your boss can say when talking about hand-stuffed bags. You said, I put a tarp down on the floor so nothing will get wet.
well, that was all the pollen and shit in the back of my truck. I had to put the tarp down.
He had to go and buy a tarp
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
because he
yeah.
wasn't prepared.
Well, because there's so much pollen. If we put the bags back there, they'll all be filled with pollen.
Well, first you grab the broom, and you're like, oh, the broom's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He went out with a broom and
Shit's too thick.
weeping his truck.
We need a bigger broom. Jaws.
Why do you have the
We did it.
Why do you have the
We
truck
did it.
topper if you're not going to use it?
He leaves it up.
Why do I have anything? I don't use anything properly. My goddamn phone, nothing. Anyway.
Well, your phone, you keep saying every day, you'll just hold it and stare at it while it's not working. You'll stare at it, and you'll be like, I'm going to fix it this weekend. I'm like, your fucking phone's broken. Buy a fucking phone.
So Samantha was loading the bundles of gift bags
you can't
in the
say
back
that.
of my truck.
Spectrum's owns
And
that.
we can only fit like 140 at a time, so we had to do 3 or 4 runs.
Because you put too much shit in the bags. It was so big.
These are hand-stuffed bags.
So she got up in the back of my truck, put the bundle in there, stuffed it, in the corner.
Trying to get it the furthest back as possible to make room for more.
And I was walking out with another bundle. Was this yesterday?
Yes, it was.
Yesterday.
And Butler bought like the finest of butcher twine to bundle these up. Yeah, it's like it's like that craft twine you would tie a hipster's wedding invitation with. It's like hipster twine. So he has a hipster twine. Yeah, I gotta hand it to you. I thought you guys did a wonderful job on those bags.
So Samantha puts the bundle in and then steps over my tailgate and onto my bumper, and then goes to jump off the back of the bumper of the truck. And I'm walking out when she jumped.
Don't tell me she tripped on your truck nuts.
No,
Close.
she jumped out and landed with all her weight on her shin.
What's that trying to mean?
It was my kneecap.
Oh, your kneecap.
So as you jump, you got to brace by bending your knees.
Yeah.
And as soon as I went down and went to bend my knees, my knee slammed right into Tom's Trump truck ball hitch.
Oh,
and it
the
sounded
low
like
one.
a goddamn gunshot.
Yeah, I heard it in here. So it was loud. It's the one that hangs down because your
It's
truck is so
extremely
jacked up.
extended,
No,
too.
I don't have
It's
that
too
one.
far out.
No,
Are you still
that's a
driving
regular standard hitch.
Are you still
No,
driving the?
No,
it's the
it's a-
Silverado Black Widow edition,
No,
right?
It's just a regular Silverado, and then it's a regular, but
It was loud.
I have.
You could hear it in here because the door
It took
was
my
open.
breath away.
I think everybody that is not like used to having a hitch will bang their knee. Like I remember when I first put it on, you bang your knee and walking around because you're not used to it. But then you learn.
You learn it.
So you
They
bang.
don't fall down with their entire weight onto it.
Yeah,
No.
You basically need it with your full weight, your full strength, and you are instantly in pain.
Me and Tom made eye contact because he was walking out the door, and all he said was, uh-oh, and kept walking, and then I fell to the ground and did a full
You
plank.
fell to the ground?
I did a full plank
Did
for
he turn
about
around
3 minutes.
Did he turn around?
No, he kept moving. He kept loading up his truck.
I guarantee you the internal struggle within his brain was to turn around and see if your titties fell out.
no.
I bet my
I
life.
did have a tank top on
I
yesterday.
would bet my fucking life on it
No,
that this
come on.
motherfucker walking back, he was like, turn around. She might have a titty at the
No.
neck hole.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guarantee you he thought
No,
you
I
had
didn't.
one right out
Dump
the
'em
neck
out.
hole.
Sure shit didn't help me.
Yeah,
What was I supposed to do?
Because he was having the struggle, and he thought if he turned around, he
Butler
would have a
came
titty
running
out.
and stood in the doorway.
Yeah.
What did he do? He didn't do nothing.
Dan's yelling, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, I go, what the hell was that? This guy's standing in the doorway looking for titties, and you're walking away trying to struggle with your own titty addiction.
What are you supposed to?
At least
Okay.
Butler said, "Are you okay?" and then ran and got me some ice.
Okay,
did.
Tom just said,
Actually-
"Uh-oh," and kept walking.
Actually,
I don't know how to console people.
The one who was calm under pressure was Dr. Danny Denny, because I said, "Hey Butler, let's get some ice," and then Butler jumped to the cabinets and he got out those bags that we were gonna use to split up the kratom we used to eat.
Don't talk about
and we put ice in. It's a true story.
Okay,
We don't lie on this show.
I don't know how to console anybody, and then especially if someone's like injured themselves.
Injured
What if
on
it
the
was
go,
one of your kids?
Just call Mo.
Well, if it's one of my kids, because they're
What
a
if it's your
baby.
business partner talking about the struggle of selling his childhood home and you start crying in the studio and then you just sit in the other room going, oh, that sucks.
What if I would have fell
No.
and hit my head on the curb? Would you have helped me then? Or you
Yes,
let me die like DMX?
What?
No, he wouldn't have helped you because Janet Banana was coming out of the old studio and she flipped her wheelchair and hit her head and he didn't help her either.
No,
God damn,
I
Tom.
did. I said, "Oh my God!"
He said, "Oh my God,
That's what he does. Oh my God, oh.
And that's it.
And then she got it. She got up herself. She knew how to do it, and then
I didn't.
She actually did get up herself.
What?
She's strong as hell. Janet Banana's upper body is just, she's
I
an
thought-
Olympic athlete for Christ's sake.
You know how you bang your shin or
true.
knee, and then you do that move,
Really?
where you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
need a second.
I did, yeah, that's what it
I just give you, I give you space. Like if you said, call
Give her space.
If you scream, call the ambulance. I would have helped you. I would have called. Or you would have hey, I'm bleeding. I need a tourniquet. I would have ran and got the
Nobody
rope.
says I'm bleeding. I need a tourniquet. Nobody says that.
But I just figured you banged your knee or shin, and you needed a
But
5
nobody would answer me. The weird part for me is I sat here and look. It's not that I didn't want to run out there, and I think you know this. The whole floor is covered with these things, and Butler,
You would have fell too.
No, and Butler says, don't jump in them because you'll get tangled
Yeah,
in them, and
it's true.
we have gotten tangled in them because they're problematic. So I'm
come
sitting
on
here,
back on the
so-
floor. They just didn't want to help
it
you.
was too dangerous. It was just far too
I
dangerous for
think
me.
you thought someone got shot.
It was far too dangerous for me to navigate this.
No.
Plus, somebody needed to be in here to stay calm and get the ice. So I yelled, "What the hell was that?" But none of you guys are even answering.
I was on the ground.
So I just keep yelling,
It's
"What's
fine.
wrong? What's going on?" And nobody's saying a word.
To me, though, I hate it when, like, if I hurt myself or something, and then someone just stands.
You don't want anyone to help you.
Well, someone just stands over me, and then.
Well, I don't want you to just stand over me and stare at me. That's fucking creepy.
But I don't know
help me up.
I don't know how to help you. Like, if you
put your hand out and you say, "Here, let me help you up."
Well, you say something, you're like, "Are you okay?" Well, oh
yeah,
my God.
you didn't even ask if I was okay.
Oh my God.
Well,
What's wrong?
Do you need any help?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't figure you were dying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so I have to be dying for you to help me.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know how to help someone who banged their knee. Like,
well, it's not that they need help.
It's like if your grandma died, and I'm like, "Do you need anything?" I don't even ask that anymore because I know they don't need anything. They always never need anything.
You never asked me if I needed anything when my mom passed.
Because I know you know the answer.
And I
wanted a hug.
actually could have used somebody to watch the dogs while I stayed over in the land a few times, but you never offered.
At least a meal or two.
You didn't need that.
A lasagna, a casserole.
Ross made me a fucking casserole that was top notch.
That's an old
Ross a
man
good
thing to
person.
do.
No,
Like
yeah,
an
well,
old timey.
maybe it is, but,
you make some old sticky casserole. I made you chili. You pumped it in the trash.
Every man. Tom's motto is every man left behind. He doesn't fucking help
For
anybody.
sure, you punted that
I did
casserole in the
not.
trash.
No, I did not.
You
I
talked
ate it.
shit about it a little bit.
I did not. I
you
ate
did.
it. I did not.
I know you. I know you.
I did not. I did
I
not.
know who you are.
And I also didn't punt the chili. Sam punted it for me.
That's true.
It had been in there too many
Too
days.
long.
7 days of chili.
Stanko.
It was stanko.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't help you. Would you expect anything? Do you want a hug or?
No, I don't want you to hug me because I banged my knee. No one, that's fucking weird.
Like you want me to just get down? I'm laying on top of it. Hold on, I'm gonna hug you from behind.
Hold on, I'm gonna lay on top of you in a very non-sexual 69.
You get a plank over top of my plank.
Hold on, I'm doing a reverse. I'm doing a reverse butt plank on you. Hold on, this will help. Hold your breath.
I got Mo on the line.
Oh my God, I can feel your pubic mound in my butt.
I'll break you with my dick.
Anyway,
So watch out for those ball hitches.
we got the event next week, so we'll see you there.
I'll be limping around. You'll see me.
Is it better? Or?
No, it's not bad. It just happened yesterday.
All right, back to you.
So let's do some voicemail.
All right, we got a ton of voicemail messages that people, I had some coming in even when we started the show, so I wasn't able to grab them. If you have a voicemail message that you would like to leave us, you can get our free app and just hit the button. Make sure you hold it down when you're actually delivering your message. And then you can also call 1-844-TOMNDAN. That's 1-844-TOM, the letter N. Dan, leave your voicemail message that way. This guy's mad about cons.
Hey, this is Adam from Texas. You guys keep talking about all these conventions you have there, the Star Trek con and the Comic Con and the Con that EJ just had, or Enos or whatever his name, he's not important. Anyways, why don't you guys hook up with Eddie the Shaman and have a Chakra Con? Chakra Con?
Oh, no.
Sir, your joke is
like
just
that.
as bad as EJ's jokes. Not funny.
I would actually say that guy's joke was better than most of EJ's jokes.
Yeah,
I
I guess,
love
yeah.
a good dad joke, and I like Shaka Khan.
I forgot EJ was a comedian.
Sorry.
The
Yo, that's
fucked up.
That is fucked up.
the con deal. There's a lot of money in some cons.
Yeah, but they're pivoting now. They're having to figure out what will work, and we're also getting back to that. So,
back to full con.
Yeah, I think the next con you're going to see some king cons. Coming out. And
So the shaman game, that still runs super strong with people that are into that, but it doesn't
is he
seem
really
as
a shaman? I mean, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I really like Eddie a lot, but
I thought there was a radio thing.
I think he's just a positive guy that's into kind of like
I mean, he might be a shaman.
crystals and whatnot, right?
Yeah, like crystals, weed, tie-dye shirts.
Yeah.
But like I
Hemp
like
circles and
I
He's a
like
wedding officiant.
tie-dye shirts. I like weed. I like crystals. I like your wife. I like crystal burgers. But decorative crystals, salt crystals, crystals of power, nah.
I got a friend's mom that's real into crystals, and we've been over to her house, and there's like one major crystal in the living room, like a big one that's lit from the bottom. Like
a salt crystal.
Yeah,
people light those salt crystals,
and then that's like the main energy one, and then she wants everybody to, like, when they walk into the house, to like
kiss it like the Blarney Stone.
Transfer your energy in some way.
Go over to
God damn it!
Go over, just lay your hands on it, and just get some of that just great positive chakras coming off of it. I don't know what any of that means.
I am jealous, though, if you believe in crystals and things.
Are you? Because that person's a fool, right? Because none of that shit's real.
No, it's not. But I'm jealous that they believe it, because it in my mind, that makes them.
Do they really believe it, or are they?
I think they do. They're into it.
Most of the people that I know that are like being into something and believing it are different. Like, I'm into this show, but I've never once believed in it, and it surprises me sometimes the things we're able to pull off, like this dumb event. I can't believe it's even happening, and it's going to be awesome.
Because I feel like if a crystal's there, you could somehow you pass the buck onto the crystal. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you bad day, good day, everything is just pass.
Fuck you, crystal.
So you always have someone to pass the buck. The crystal, it's too much power, too little.
The energy was off today.
Yeah. And I guess to me, it'd be awesome to have someone. I mean, I do
that with my real life, though. I'll be like, I was just in a weird mood today, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, whatever's happened to me, it's the crystal plan. I guess I have that with the actual crystal.
Mm-hmm. God damn. You do have the ultimate crystal, like right in the middle of the house. Goes to Minute Bull from our Twitch chat room. My mom was into crystals and essential oils for a while after her divorce. I think she was trying to find herself because she got a tattoo and dyed her hair as well.
Maybe she was finally free from your dad and she wanted to let loose.
You think
that's true? Possibly. I don't know anything about Ghost's family, so I don't want to speak on his parents. But what kind of tattoo did your mom get? I want to judge people's moms' tattoos.
My mom doesn't have any.
My mom never got a tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, we're eking into the generation that's going to have...
everyone's going to have a tattoo.
A lot of grandmas with tramp stamps.
A lot of grandmas with full sleeves and stuff.
Yeah.
Because eventually those, like... Viking Barbie and these girls that are the Instagrammers will transition to, some of them will, not all of them, will transition to like family life. And I've already seen some of them do that, and most of the time they kind of fade away.
There's some hot tattooed grandmas on TikTok that are breaking it down.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You're a mom in the early '90s, and you're tatted up and all that. Now you're eking into grandma stage, right? 30 some odd years later.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say you're a grandma in your 30s. I'm like, damn.
No. I'm just saying, like,
you could be.
You start hitting
yeah, you definitely could be.
You start hitting grandma territory or grandpa territory in your 60s usually, right? Like that's the standard.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, I know.
I think it's all over
the
the place.
earliest I've seen is like late 50s. Yeah.
Earliest I've seen is 38.
Yeah. Then it's that's anomaly though.
Right. Yeah. Child stars. Let's talk about those.
Hey, so I don't know if this has ever been covered or not, but remember watching shows like Boy Meets World or Saved by the Bell and thinking Topanga and Kelly Kapowski were hot as hell, which was fine because you were like 12, 14 years old and they were around the same age. But then you get to like your 30s or 40s.
This is the new Manny Wetmouth.
Okay.
Because Manny bailed on us, and I believe he let his media membership lapse.
Oh,
and what I say to that is, fuck you. We don't need you.
Oh, you don't know that to be true.
He
could have changed his email.
You anyway. You probably been stealing out of the studio.
Ooh, he took all the White Claw koozies.
And you watch it again. Do you still go back and say, damn, she's hot? Because now, she's underage, and you're an old fat dad. I just thought that...
No, I don't think anybody goes back and prefaces it, right? Like, I don't think you go back later and say, like, I should not have thought that.
Well, I've had a high thought before where, like, you know how I'm sure people go back to the high school yearbook and jack off to it, right? Like, that's, I'm sure in the history of time.
Those pictures?
Well, I'm saying...
I'm sure that people have done that.
Like, when you graduate high school...
People have. I wouldn't, but...
Well, I'm just saying, when you graduate high school, like, and then there's pictures in there of, like, girls you had crushes on.
I think I can help you. when I was growing up, 94, when I graduated high school, yes, I did go back into my yearbook and look at the pretty girls in the candid shots, and I probably did jack off to it because there was no internet, there was no Facebook, there was no way for me to see pictures of these people that I had actually regular, normal, young adult relationships with. And yes, you're correct.
They also did a thing, I remember in high school, where they let you, if you had the rich parents, pay for the full page collage of your friends' pictures or whatever.
My mom and dad wanted to do that for me, but we could only afford a half page, and I put my foot down. And I said if they did I said I wouldn't walk. No, I didn't want that attention.
You didn't want it.
And I see that in Maisie now. Like, I see that now. If we want to do something for her, she doesn't want it.
If you think about it, that was the original Instagram. You're just showing, because they'd always put vacation pictures and pictures of like them on a boat. At least down in Miami.
Your favorite thing you like, it'd be like you with your skateboard.
Where you showed off like your ski vacations and how rich you were.
Rich high school, dude.
Yeah, there was.
And then I should in my high school.
There was rich and poor. I think that's in every high school, right? Rich and poor.
If you're poor, you're not even getting that collage, by the way.
I would imagine you in Miami would have a wider and more kind of kaleidoscope of humans. Like in DeLand, we did have the definitive rich construction people that had helicopters and Caribbean vacations, and then we had the inner city like kids that didn't. We
had the people that got bussed in from Liberty City and things like and then you got the people that lived near the falls, which were all the rich people with the lawyer dads. Anyway, so there was the collages, and in the collages, the girls would put bathing suit pictures of themselves.
He's absolutely correct.
And then everybody that wanted to see what the cheerleaders looked like in bathing suits, because you're a fat nerd, would look. Seriously, that's how it was.
Well, they would write articles like in our yearbook.
Because you'd never see them in bathing suits. Otherwise, this is before social media, right?
Dude, I know the pages you're talking. I didn't mean to call you dude. I'm getting relaxed. It's Fun Friday. No, I'm getting Fun Friday because I was thinking about it. I know the page in my graduation yearbook that is the surf club, and in the surf club's candid photos, it's them surfing, and then there's girls that had accompanied them, and they're all in their like late 90s bikinos, and I knew exactly what page to go to scope them out.
That was the original.
You're right.
Looking at someone's bikini pics,
it was like
on
soft
Facebook.
Porn for high school boys.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like anything that they wouldn't have approved. There weren't.
I know, but I'm just saying bikini photos.
Because it's funny. You had no other way of even seeing that person. So I can remember I would go and find this particular girl. I can remember one of the girls that I actually dated, so I can talk about it. Her name is Renee, and I remember seeing her picture, and I also remember in the yearbook where I would go to find her as a cheerleader. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyway.
Do you guys still have your yearbooks?
I do.
No.
I do still have mine. I mean, they're packed away, but I got them.
Yeah, maybe there's some attic somewhere.
There's attics all over Orlando now. This place is pain pill crazy.
To go along with this guy's thought, I have thought about that. Where you do that. At what point do you stop? Okay, even what about this? What about like a lot of men, like a hammer hand to fantasies about like real experiences they had
spank bank
situations, but like sexual encounters in high school, right? So
my brain isn't powerful enough.
But it happened while you were also that age, so I think that's fine.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. So if you're jacking it,
but if it's a memory of your own, now if you're a 39-year-old man and you go back and look at some high school girls' bikini photos in your yearbook, to me that's a little weird.
It is weird, but what have you been doing it every year since you were 17?
I don't even
because technically you're jacking it to the fantasy you had when you were 17.
Yeah, I don't even want to say what I'm going to say, but like, are you looking at it with 17-year-old eyes?
Right.
Because like, okay, now I'll go further and try to answer your question.
Oh man,
I cannot.
Don't go further.
No, I can't. No, I can't give you a definitive time when I stopped looking at those.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it was certainly more in adolescence, so it naturally phased itself out. Because other things were happening, whether it be me going on dates or the internet or getting a job or going to college. It did. But what you're saying is, I want to make sure, because look, a huge portion of this show is us mixing it up, and then we say your ideas are dumb. And what you're talking about right now, I agree with it 1,000,000%.
Well,
that's an interesting observation.
I wonder.
So you go back and think about the old Tommy Two Fingers fantasies.
I can't even. Like my brain is so Swiss cheese. It's all like
I can't remember
it. It's not real enough for me to. Like I remember the memory I can't even remember the.
can't
You're
get in
like,
there.
you're like, I know it was a thing, but I don't really remember much about it.
Yeah. You can't get in there.
Yeah, it's fading like the
But there are-
goddamn picture.
That's also just age.
But there are,
goddamn.
but there are weird things that I know, and I don't know why I know them. Like in my mother's house that will soon be sold, there was a coffee table book about Maui. And inside that book, there is one picture of a topless scuba diver on page 74. And if you go to that page and open it up, there is a beautiful woman with humongous mega tits scuba diving. Relos. There, you can tell underwater because everything kind of, and there's no ripples and she's It's a great photo. And
it's crazy you remember
page
that.
74 of the Maui book that my dad got when he went to president's staff, which was the big end of the year flyaway for the company. He worked for Prentice Hall Publishing Company, which became Maxwell Macmillan. If you're a publisher, they made a lot of textbooks, right? So he would go there, and he brought this book home. Why do I know that?
It just got burned, and it was that important to you. So
Those
horny.
big scuba diving titties were extremely important to me. And here's the funny thing. The estate people, when they cleared the house, you can't write this stuff. They kept that book.
No, it's a great book.
Why?
I think because it was connected, maybe in the back there's an inscription to my dad's president staff, but they kept the fucking book. It's at my house now. So now I have the page
Look at these-
74.
Look at these Maui titties.
I'll bring it in.
Let's frame it, put it up in the
I'll
studio.
text Andrea and see if she can bring it by. I can't show it on Twitch. But
Right.
they're glorious. Some people are going to think it's you, Sam, though.
Why?
Same body style. I'm just saying, it's not little. It's not like my wife. We're going, we're open babies. You know what I mean.
Let's play one more voice.
How about... Okay, this one I really, really like. Don't get mad.
It's another sit stand. My dick's straight up. I don't like when it curls over itself or anything like that inside of my underwear. It's basically straight up the entire... If I pissed, I would piss right in my face. I don't like when it gets all like the turtle in the head and it goes up inside of itself, and it leans. I hate all. It's straight up. Just straight up. Yep. Thank you. Medium for life.
Now hold on. So just your day to day. What do you have? Tight briefs on?
I wear briefs.
He's rocking it at 12 o'clock every day.
I wear briefs and I'm a 12
I
o'clock.
feel like as you move, it'll still
fall down.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine never falls. I'm 12 o'clock Dan. I'm always at 12.
Really.
Yeah, I'm high noon Danny.
How tight are your panties?
I mean, I could show you, but I have a feeling we would no
Hold
longer
on.
You don't
work.
show me.
We no longer work together after that.
This is not a sit stand. If
No.
you hold your dick up,
Straight up.
at all times, so it's like pressed against your pube mound or whatever, like
I don't have a pube mound,
Yeah,
sir.
your pappus.
or whatever your pap is.
Disgusting.
That's weird. I feel like most
That does
people
seem weird.
Just let it hang, and then if it's a real
I don't
long, it's
like-
one
no,
way or the
I-
other.
Right.
I know what this man's talking about, and look, if you guys want to clown on me or say I'm the sitter in this case, I'm okay with that.
No. This is just weird.
I like the feeling of it being up, and then like maybe it'll hang over. I don't like it straight down. It
Hang
feels
over?
Yeah.
It feels
or you
odd.
hangover is the natural homeostasis of it.
No, mine is. I mean, right now we are like little like this
It's
guy
pointing
saying,
at your belly button.
Oh yeah,
It's being held by the
my
waist.
belly button as a dick point right now.
You gotta have tight panties on.
No, they're not tight. They're just like little briefs.
Well, is it being held by your waistband?
No, by my briefs. I'm not large enough
So
to
they're
go in
tight,
the waist.
man.
Almost like compression.
No, they're not tight. It's just
Yeah, it has to
there's
be-
some support there.
Well, for it to be head straight up, there
Yeah.
has to be something pressing against it to
That's
hold it
what
that
I'm
way.
thinking.
Well, but not like
How-
you're like you guys are thinking like you're holding up a fucking barn door or something. No, I mean it's just the satchel that your goods go in, right? Has I mean yes, it's cloth, so there is a point of give there, and it just keeps it in there, and it's loose and relaxed, and it's straight up.
Mine says between 11 and 2 o'clock.
You're 11 or 2, okay? Yeah.
Well,
Not a span.
like up or to left or right?
We got other
Well,
guys.
okay, everybody in the chat, any guys in the chat with a penis.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any
Do you do the
sense.
straight up? Tell me, do you really want to love me?
I mean,
forever?
hold on.
Well, because if you got a boner, I understand.
I don't know.
Like, that's
Should I look away?
No, I'm down right now. Okay, I'm down right now. But I will say in the mornings, when I put my underwear on, I launch, like I prepare at like noon. And then whatever happens,
That's a
it
weirdo.
happens.
You're
But
a
I
weirdo.
put
This
it-
guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
No,
That's
you're
weird.
a weirdo.
Ding dong
No,
weirdo.
no.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
I'm
You can't even
normal.
console your friend.
I'm normal.
You can't even say, like, oh, I'm so sorry you got hurt.
This is a weirdo thing. No one has their dick up. Like, again, if you have a boner...
We got people chiming in. 7:45, 10:55, 8:45, 5:35. Yeah, where...
Well, it's all down. All those numbers are down.
A lot of them are down.
No, I'm not saying disagreeing with that.
No ones or 11s.
10:55 is pretty up.
Yeah, 10:55's on my team. I'll take that. He's only 5 minutes short. He's on my team.
That's even weirder. If you're 10:55, you're there, get the fuck out of here. That's even weirder than Daniel. Like, I like it just weirdly to the right.
No, I'm noon. I'm just like straight up noon.
Yeah, that's... because if you have an erection... I understand it has to be, you press it against and you...
I got a 12 o'clocker, and then our Penny says, I'm with Dan, when first putting them on, it goes up, and then wherever it goes, it goes.
Okay, I
don't wear boxers like you. You wear big, old, baggy doofus boxers.
No, I don't.
Where everything's flowing around.
No, I got boxer briefs on.
But you wear the baggy doofus ones.
No, my boxer, it's tight. The whole thing is tight.
Tighter than maybe even tighter than my briefs.
Well, you got big, dingy yellow.
No, they're black. I wear jet black now.
I know you got blacks now.
I wear jet black now, yeah.
But
he upgraded.
But the briefs have a pouch for your junk to naturally go into. I feel like to hold your dick up, you'd have to put it in the waistband.
My balls are behind it, and my balls are pushing. It? Yeah, my ball... Okay, my dick goes up, and my balls are underneath, and then the pouch lifts, right? Because they even talk about that in those new shorts I was looking at. They talk about lift, and my balls lift up, and as my balls lift up, it separates a little bit, which then takes my dick straight up, and everything is just kind of in a little pouch mound.
That's weird. I'm glad Samantha was what you're describing is weird, I think. I don't know.
No, you're weird.
I need one of you guys to go check this out in the bathroom and report back, because I don't understand how it works.
Come on, Dan, let's go.
Okay, it's natural, because like when you're putting on your underwear, when you're pulling them up your legs, your underwear goes up, especially if you're wearing briefs. Now, you don't wear briefs, so this may not apply to you, but you do wear boxer briefs, which should be tighter on your legs.
Tight, yeah.
So when I pull them up, my ding-dong is pointing down, and as I pull them up, it cups my balls and my ding-dong and pulls it straight. Everything goes like...
Yeah, but don't you adjust it?
Everything goes like this. It goes like, here's the sack, here's the pouch.
The boys.
And it goes... And then everything's there. And then as the day goes, it might,
shift around.
I always adjust up. I never adjust down.
Yeah, I always pull up. I never poke it down like a Pikachu tail.
Well, not straight down. It's like, I understand
you
one
mush
side
it
or the
around
other.
a little bit.
Yeah, but it never
we might be on the same team.
Standing, pointing at yourself.
Now, we might be on the same team. It might be that you just don't do a high noon salute. You may not.
Well, that's happened to me before, but I've always adjusted them so it falls down.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Leaving it up would be uncomfortable. It'd be unnatural.
Well, I mean, at the ready. I mean, like
a boner again. With a boner, I understand.
If I'm walking around Orlando with my AR, I don't just have it on my shoulder. I have it at the ready.
No. Something's wrong here.
It's not wrong.
The only thing that makes me skeptical is this gentleman called and left a voicemail, which leads me to believe it's a thing, and this guy does it, and the fact that you do it...
looks like Butler does it as well, so that's 3, and some people in
Kendall
the chat.
Hill, here's another one. Dan is correct in caps. I do the same thing. Keep it pointing towards my belt buckle. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I guess it's a kind of like a sit-stand.
I'm definitely a sitter in this case. I'm definitely outnumbered because...
what happens when you... What happens when you wear gray sweatpants?
What do you mean? They go. I think I naturally go down.
Well, what gray sweatpants? What does that mean?
Am I fighting a chub in this?
Or
am I just going to hang out?
Well, like if I don't have on underwear, yes, I naturally will go down every time. But I like the support. I think it's kind of like... I don't know. It's like my wife, she doesn't have big boobs, but she does like the feeling or the support of a bra. I like the support.
But I need to push my nipples straight up back and back. Support's one thing, but...
Well, you can get a push-up bra. You can really jack them up.
Yeah, I haven't asked her about that.
Now you're talking about hoisting and keeping something
in
an unnatural position, not just... anyway.
Tactical Hat says, I don't actually know where my dick is.
You're never getting your smoke machine back.
Oh, my God.
He called it a smoke machine.
All right.
Oh, my God. You want to take a break?
Let's take a break. And when we come back, Ross has got some news.
He does indeed.
We got a bunch of dump 'em out segments. Or topics.
We put a ton on the list. We have new music from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. And before that, you're going to hear a new artist I found called Judith Hill. The name of the song is You Got the Right Thing, and it is funky. So enjoy this. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at TomandDan.com. Bye-bye.
If you got an old, loud-ass garage door
I didn't know what you were
motor,
going to say. I didn't know what you were going to say there.
And that's what I had before we started working with Precision Door.
Can I tell my neighbor, like if my next door neighbor has a loud garage door, can I walk into his garage? Okay, he was putting it up at the same time I was putting it up.
Yeah.
And his is loud and mine is not. Mine is quiet. I have the silent package.
Yeah.
Can I tell him, like, hey, garage door is awfully loud, Stu?
Yeah, you could say, I don't know if you know this. People get used to it. It's just, this is what my garage door sounds like.
Or is he going to say, mind your own business?
You might say that.
I mean, I run the risk, right?
And a lot of people just like, all right, this is what garage doors sound like. They're loud. They're, the whole thing. And that's not what they're supposed to sound like. If they're balanced properly, if they have the...
Well, it'll ruin the door, just like mine. Mine, I'm going to have to get a brand new door thanks to the stupid bank. When I bought my home bank-owned, they threw the crappiest garage door in there. They didn't even balance it. So for years, I would open and close it and tear the door apart. And Precision, thankfully, they have real technicians that all they do is garage doors that came in. They said, look, we'll be honest with you. You're going to need a new door, but we can put it and balance it. And it'll last for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah.
But the damage is already done, but we'll get you through. So they did an awesome job, man.
And maybe you're like, well, I don't care how loud it is. That doesn't bother me. Get a new motor to get the Wi-Fi so you can open it through your app on your phone, because everything is now becoming app controlled over your phone.
I can open it on my watch when I'm on the scooter, so I can ride right into the garage.
You don't have to worry about accidentally leaving your garage door open. You can go on your app and see if it's open or closed. You could open it for delivery people.
When Her Majesty Services comes in, they want to bring some bigger equipment, vacuum cleaners and stuff. I can open the garage from the studio.
If someone's delivering something at your house and it's expensive, you don't want it stolen, you just say, open the garage door. You watch someone through your ring,
if your mistress has been hiding next to your utility sink and you want to get her out of there before your wife and daughter see her, you can use the silent package and use the Wi-Fi, or give her own code that'll only work for certain hours when your wife's not home.
Also, there's a bunch of BDMs that work with Precision, and they need techs badly right now. So if you're looking for an awesome company to work for, and this is anywhere from Gainesville to Poinciana. I mean, they have they moved up north.
Say mild to wild. I really did. I thought.
But if you're looking for a great company to work for, go talk to them. It's Precision Door of Central Florida. Call this number, 407-710-BDMS. That's 407-710-2367.
That is the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Let's do the thing that we like to do with this guy.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's News brought to you by Gringos Locos. If you're looking for some delicious double Ds, maybe that dang quesadilla that I love so much, pulled pork, I suggest. Go to any Gringos location. There's one downtown, one in the Milk District, one on Michigan Avenue, one by UCF. Catering available. GringosLocos.com. How you doing, Ross?
Most radio professionals recommend like a slow canter to the post, right?
Yeah, they like
I do, motherfucker.
I believe it's normally called a meander. I feel like yeah, you're right. I'm glad that
radio
Ross,
professional.
Here's the thing about Ross is that not officially a radio man, but always a sponge, and he soaks up knowledge, and enough time spent around radio people to know that the proper way to hit the post is to meander like a blind man to it. Well done.
They call it a stagger, right, Dan, in the biz? I don't They call it a stagger. Like, just grope towards the post.
Who even really appreciated that? Whether you're like, oh, that guy talked all the way up until they started singing. Like, wow.
I hate to admit
Who gives a shit?
I always
That's stupid.
I know.
What is like, oh, wow, he talked over the beginning music and stopped when they started singing. You're like, oh, well, that's nothing.
Depends if I really like the song or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Anyway.
I like Gringos, but it sucks because I had a Johnny's update for today's news.
Let's do it.
Me and Bart went there this week for lunch. Fried green bacon tomato soup.
Oh my God. What the hell was that? What was that?
Holy smokes.
Hold on, Ross. Hold on. Something is happening. Where was that? Where was that coming from?
Well, I imagine it came from the computer.
My headphones. No, I didn't hit any buttons. I didn't even have my hands on the controls.
It didn't come from Butler's cell phone. I wanted to.
No. I don't know what. I still don't know what that was. It wasn't iTunes. It was something. All right. What were we saying?
So, long story short.
Hold on, Ross. Why don't you yell at Daniel for being goddamn unprofessional? I do a half-hearted Gringos ad, and you're talking shit. And then Daniel lets that goddamn blow our eardrums out. You don't give him nothing.
Can you do what he does?
With 2 weeks training. But I'd have to really train hard.
So long story short, they I can't claim that it's because of piece of shit news reporting specifically, but they did change the front window of Johnny's.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the Tuesday special 10 wings regular price is not there anymore.
That's unfortunate.
So did they do it because you mentioned it?
No, there's almost no way, but they did put all brand new art in that window. It is all brand new.
Oh, man, now I'm going to have to drive by and get my dose, because I used to love that. I used to love that sign.
I think like if I can get into my TwitPic account, I probably have a picture of it somewhere, but
all right.
I don't even know if that exists anymore.
TwitPic, I remember that.
You say there's no way, but one time Crystal, one of our old neighbors, she
wait a minute, that's your wife.
Well, she passingly mentioned to the neighbor that there was a tree growing out of one of their gutters because like they hadn't cleaned them in a long time or whatever, and she was trying to do it to help them. And I'm like, oh my God, you shamed this guy. And then the next day he was up there cursing, like cleaning his gutters because you shamed him. Maybe you talking about Johnny's special that had been there for years. They got back to them and shamed them, and so they
took a long time to get back to him. He's been saying this for years.
Correct.
That's true. All right, Ross. What's our first story?
All right. Also in the news, you guys remember last time we had a story about a guy who was owed a paycheck, got paid in oily pennies in his driveway.
Yeah.
Yes.
The corporation that runs Coinstar heard about that. They went and they took this man's oily pennies personally, and they bumped him up to $1,000. They gave him $1,000 check for it.
That's pretty brilliant from Coinstar to think of that marketing because it didn't really cost them anything. Like, how many pennies was it?
90,000.
But did they take their cut like they do to normal people, where it's like 9%?
They actually bumped this guy up a little bit.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, like what Ross is saying. They actually made it like more of a feel good.
Well, yeah, because they got $100,000 worth of advertising for $100. Because they just had to give this guy $1,000. They took the pennies.
Yeah, but when poor people go there to cash in their change, they're getting 9% of it taken away.
But they need to advertise to those poor people. We got the machines.
Listen, the poor people know. We know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know where all the Coinstars are.
This is just some sort of.
Wasn't there a competitor to Coinstar?
There
at one
was.
point?
I'm trying to remember what it was.
I don't know. I've only seen Coinstar.
No, there was in the very beginning.
If you use either Coinstar or the Penguin Ice Machine, you're probably not doing too well, right?
Actually, Coinstar almost represents the fact that you're willing to pay the extra because technically you could
roll it, dude.
Roll your pennies and then you can get you take them to the bank.
My dad used to make me do that. I don't know if anybody else.
And there's no charge.
Dad used to make you roll pennies, but I mean it was kind of like a dad thing.
So rolling your pennies.
Even better than that. Even better than that. You go to the Walmart community or the Walmart grocery store. You go to like the robot teller. And I'll sit there and I'll put quarters in until I'm out of quarters. And I'll put dimes in until I'm out of dimes. And then I'll put nickels in until I'm done paying.
I like that.
It goes rolling your own is the poorest. Then Coinstar.
Yeah.
Then save them in a big Aquafina
or like
10-gallon water jug and then die and leave it to your family. You know what I'm saying? That's what my stepdad did.
It's usually only about $370 or something, right? Like, isn't there like... They've made these websites where they talk about that thing and how, like, there is, like, no matter what denomination it is, it's going to be between X and X.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say that
if
no
it's
matter
mixed.
no matter what it is, if you put it in there, it's going to be between this and this.
Then it's just punt all your change in the trash.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's the epitome of rich.
I give all of my coins to Maisie, who puts all of the coins in a piggy bank, and... I don't know what we're going to do with that.
Yeah. Eventually, she'll like count them all, buy some garbage. And
she kind of got to the point where I'd give her more coins, and she's like, and like she's too lazy to even put them in the piggy. She's just like, these suck. So it's weird.
All right, Ross.
You guys, Switzerland, civil rights are being given for the very first time. Female recruits in the Swiss Army now will be issued women's underwear.
All right. Making progress.
Previous to this, they were issued male underwear, and I think no bras. So I might have to...
No bras.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on.
Don't expect me to run anywhere.
I want to see Sam fight off for our country.
Is it just me, or I always thought Switzerland was like more progressive than us? Are they less progressive? Like, are they more
my Swiss
behind the
knowledge
times?
Is very limited.
Is it they just let women into the military there?
No, they've been in the military. They've just been until now. They've been issued loose-fitting men's underwear, often in larger sizes.
Yeah, the Mitt Romneys, with big Mitt Romney balloony pants
with the dick hole and everything. Like that weird.
If women,
that is weird.
If women have a strong stream, you can still pee out the dick hole.
Because
that's
it's
possible.
Like, I understand the savings of it. It's like, all right, just give them the male underwear. Underwear's underwear.
Yeah.
But if it's, especially if it's new, it's like if it just started letting women recruits. Like, I know there's like a little bit of a lag, and like you have to produce and buy them all from a particular contractor, and it's got to be green or whatever. The Army issued color. So, but the fact that they haven't done that in seemingly years is bizarre.
They're number 6 in the top 10 countries in the 2020 Social Progress Index.
Is it that there's not that many women in the military?
Probably
so it's
not.
like there's not enough to justify making individual underwear? Or at least let them...
That's probably right. You know what... Yeah, I bet you're right. How many women are in the Swiss military?
What if you found... Okay, none of us have been in the military. We need someone call in if they've ever been in the military.
Tactical's in the chat.
Tactical. What if
branch was he in? I forget.
I forgot to.
Like, what if you wore your own boxers one day?
Yeah, were they just supplying their own?
What kind of punishment would that be
I don't think
someone...
you can.
Well, I know. Well, technically, you could smuggle in your own underwear and then wear it. Like, I'm saying, what kind of punishment would it be? Like, not the same as not wearing your uniform properly? Like,
I think you're
scrubbing the floor with the toothbrush?
Yeah. So women only make up 1% of the Swiss armed forces. So that's probably why.
Gotcha. So
still 1 out of 100. That's enough to make them their own underpants.
I'm with you.
Or just let them
just let them bring your own.
Buy
yours fit better. Bring your own.
Buy like a pack of green panties. Like,
how hard they got to be green?
I'm just thinking Army green. I don't know what the Swiss Army is. I think it's pink. My papa.
Well, Swiss Army is red.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Swiss Army knife. Duh.
And they're gonna go all out. They're gonna give them 2 different sets: warm and cold weather.
Whoa.
I need them cold weather.
Well,
panties.
cold weather just has like fur trim on the waistband. More
Well,
like
then it's
a
just
Santa Claus, sexy Santa Claus.
Then it's just standard long underwear, right? Like pants, which those are more apt to be like unisex than the male.
Going
underwear.
along with what we're talking about, I find it very sexy when a woman wears men's clothing.
Oh, that's because you grew up in the 80s and that's what they used to wear in middle school.
It's like, you can leave your hat on. Like, I'm into that. I'm into Tina Turner wearing the men's dress shirt. You know, doing like, private dancer for money. I'm into all of that. I'm into all of the...
Legend of Billie
Every
Jean.
Playboy spread with the baseball jersey on unbuttoned.
100%. There's just something about it. So I say, give them their own underwear, but also allow them to choose, because maybe they want to wear the men's underwear.
Dan for King of Switzerland.
Switzerland's a weird country, like because they got a lot of tradition of staying neutral and
We do not get into that.
Yeah, and then also like with the money, the Swiss banks, and like hiding, and they got a bunch of like into the world like caverns and built into the mountains and shit. Like, and there's
and one of my favorite wrestlers, like professional wrestlers, is Swiss. And he is he's like an amazing athlete.
Yeah. Ross, I think you did a story one time about all these end of the world, like doomsday caverns they have built in the Swiss mountains. Because also, doesn't Switzerland have some sort of like, if all hell breaks loose in the world, they destroy all bridges and every transportation going, like, so that basically...
Oh, they do have that? So they can block themselves off?
From the rest of the world. Something like that.
Oh, my God. That's what my brain does every time my wife starts talking. It's like Switzerland is like all the bridges fall down.
Ross, you remember something like that?
You're thinking that was the goblins in Lord of the Rings have that in their mouth.
I swear there's something like that. Like, Switzerland has some sort of way...
You're just thinking of the Denver airport.
to make themselves cut off from the rest of the world if all hell breaks loose. And then,
but the thing is, the eagles can fly right over. So we
got planes, Switzerland.
You motherfucker.
We're gonna fuck you up.
I know you know what I'm talking about. All right,
never say you know what he's talking about.
Next story, Ross.
All right, the Chinese police just wrapped up an operation they called Operation Chicken Drumstick. All right, in coordination with gaming company Tencent, they broke up this gang. They seized $46 million worth of assets, including luxury cars, arrested 10 people, and they broke up what is being called the world's biggest video game cheat ring. These guys, they had cheats for games like Call of Duty, Overwatch, and you could subscribe to use their cheats. You could pay them $10 a day.
Wow.
Or they had like a monthly for $200. And they say these guys, while they were tracking them, they made $76 million renting out video game cheats.
TC,
wow.
If you think about this, now this is one of the best stories I think you've brought up, Ross, because this is crazy to me. To put this into scope, TC, there are times when I'll go back to years ago when I was like heavily online gaming and playing a lot, and I know Ross still does. I was playing a lot of Gears of War with a lot of buddies, and you would see these guys that would have like their character, like you'd be like, you would know that they were completely cheating the system.
Like they bought that or whatever.
Or something. Like something completely...
The more popular ones are like aimbot, where you just have perfect aim, you can't miss. And then they have what they call wall hacks. You can see through all the walls. You can see where everybody is on the map. Stuff like that.
So, Ross, and let's talk about this for a second.
And e-gaming is getting bigger and bigger, dude.
So, I wasn't aware that this is illegal in any way. And the fact that this is in China, is this... So, in the United States... If you were able, like, let's say you were really good at computers and you were able to see, like, there's a vulnerability in this game and it can be hacked using this code or whatever it is, and you figure that out, you could sell that, right? It's like Game Genie back in Sega days, where that was a third-party company, right? Or no?
If you're competing online, though, and you're cheating, then the online, let's say PlayStation and or Xbox, Microsoft, they're not going to like that. And they're going to shut you down very fast or ban you for life.
Well,
and what you're talking about is that's called like an exploit. When you find something you can do in the game, like you can get infinite gold, or like in Mario where you used to be able to jump on that one turtle and get like infinite lives like that. That's called an exploit, and those are frowned upon. But like generally, the rule is like you can use those until the game takes them out. What we're talking about, like, is like you were saying, like a fucking Game Genie type situation where the code just overwrites and lets you do like godlike stuff in the game.
Well, is it? I mean, what I'm asking is,
are you asking if it's illegal?
Well, it doesn't seem illegal because you're not stealing anything from them, or you're not.
Now these companies sponsor $1 million tournaments, and you can have like rankings that determine how you get into these. You know, they're just as regulated as like a tennis player for doping or stuff like that. You know, if you are found using hacks or cheats, you can be kicked out and blacklisted for sure.
I thought those video game tournaments, they had control over like to make sure that you're not using some other program or whatever. Like I thought you had to play off their system
for the most part, but you know, as they get more, you know, like advanced, so do guys that want to exploit that, you know.
Usually you do have to show up and play the wizard with a power glove on a stage. But now a lot of times it's just happening online through networking. And so, like, you know, you might be on your own computer using your own gear even.
Yeah, like one of the things that I was reading, and it kind of has something to do with this, but not exactly the actual article you're talking about, but was that a lot of this has stemmed from that video games used to be, to go back to the cons conversation, a video game tournament. At one point, you would go there and you would compete, and you would be competing in person in one area, at one designated location. But a lot of times, and because of the pandemic, a lot of these things have tried to go on with them doing it remote. And with that comes the risk that the person that you're playing might have loaded up some sort of software or something that could cheat the system.
But cheating in a video game competition isn't illegal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it isn't. But if you're taking money for this type of cheating, and if these people are getting blacklisted and the developers and the gaming company doesn't like it, they can certainly put pressure on people. I guess you said shut it down, right?
Shutting it down is different than like getting arrested or anything. It's just shutting down the business. Although it seems like it could easily pop up.
You sign up for this tournament and you sign their contract, and their contract says, I will not engage in cheating behavior in pursuit of this $1 million prize. And then you break that contract, you are engaging in illegal behavior. And I bet in the case of, it doesn't say specifically in this article. Yes, yeah, or whatever, you know, contract dispute would be. I'm not trying to get Hunchuck to clear that one up for you. But I imagine in this article it doesn't specifically say, but I would have to imagine a lot of it's like these guys made $76 million in a couple months. They didn't declare it. They didn't pay taxes on it.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah, BDMXCon threw something in there. I was trying to say it. I didn't say it well, but he was saying it's like you're hacking their license to game. And that's what I was trying to say. It's like when you opt in and you're playing these games, like even like I was playing one yesterday. I'm playing that 2K Sports PGA Golf. I like to play that while I'm listening like music on Spotify on my Xbox. But it makes you opt into a bunch of things. And I'm virtually certain within those contracts, when it says that I'm playing online, that I'm not going to go in and alter what they've already produced or made. And if I do, then I guess at some point that could become a lower level version of being illegal.
Well, that would be civil between you and the private company. Correct. But who knows in China? But like you said, Ross, they're making a ton of money. Who the hell else knows? It's like, you know, you could be arrested for a ton of things. Like they always, it's like when you're a mobster and you get arrested, they always get you for racketeering,
tax evasion,
or tax evasion. It's like that, you know, no matter how many people you killed and all that.
They're just trying to shut it down.
It's like, well, I know racketeering will get you, and tax evasion. Those things are I can prove. Anyway, next story, Ross.
All right, let's stick with video games. I think it was a couple months ago we had breaking news, like during the piece of shit news broadcast, that Elon Musk was going to make a big announcement about a brain-machine interface technology. Yes. And that turned out to be like a pig in a pen. And it was a little bit of a letdown, I thought, compared to the way he teased it up. But he just recently released his new thing, which is he took a monkey. He taught it how to play Pong with a joystick. and then he slapped a microchip in the monkey's brain and took the joystick away. And now the monkey can play Pong wirelessly with its brain.
Yeah, I saw this.
Interesting. So it has the chip.
Now, the only thing that I couldn't research before, I was hoping you'd put this in there, Ross. The only thing I couldn't research before news time was, how do we know that right. I mean, because I want to believe Elon Musk. I like the Cybertruck. I like the Cybertruck camper that I saw they came out with today, that I'm like, I'll buy that. I don't have the money for it, but I'm just saying, I like all of this. How do I know? Because you saw what I saw, right?
Yes, you see. It's a monkey in front of a screen. Who knows what the fuck's going on?
It could have been set up.
Also, why are we okay with Elon Musk testing on animals, but nobody else?
That's my second question.
Well,
I don't even know what they did.
We're doing scientific experiments on monkeys. It's okay if Elon does it.
There's a difference.
It's his own monkey.
I think society
Private monkey.
is okay with testing on animals if it's going to progress and save lives someday, blah, blah, blah.
If you could say that about all the products they say not tested on animals.
Not if you're just testing on a lipstick.
That's what I'm saying. If you're putting some lipstick and burning the monkey's lips off,
it's
and it's all over lipstick, you're like, all right, don't do that.
The monkey has a smoky eye.
But if Superman can walk again, fuck this monkey up. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever it's an unwritten contract of how.
I think I speak for all doctors in saying that if we can cure cancer, fuck that monkey up.
Yeah. But if we're lipstick, we're like, no.
People can play Pong.
Right.
Yeah, something better than lipstick.
They're just sitting there. It's like, you know what? You're right, Ross. They'd be like, this is fucking great. We'd never be able to read their face, but they'd be really happy about it being able to game.
But we got to look at this as a positive, because it used to be test this flamethrower out on this monkey.
I know what it'll do. I have a hypothesis.
Yeah. But they didn't give a shit. It was just whatever. It was disposable. So now we're at the point, no more lipstick, brain chip.
And what do they do after this? I don't think the monkey dies. It's just they release him back into the wild, and he's like, guys, I can play Pong. If you guys can find a fucking TV, we're in this bitch.
Yeah, what other monkey can play Pong? It's like,
He's the coolest monkey.
So this is just, I guess, his version of, hey, this chip will interact with your brain enough to control this simple video game. This is the beginning.
The shitty part about it is I just don't like Pong. I want other games.
So
and BBC, this BBC article, they brought in Andrew Jackson, professor of neural interfaces at Newcastle University, and he kind of shits on it, saying that this is nothing new. They've been hooking monkeys up to computers since the early 2000s. Kind of the only bump up he gives Elon here is that it's a little bit cool making it wireless, is what he says. That's about the only credit he gives to Elon Musk in this for the monkey Pong hookup.
We usually got to plug in our monkeys.
It's a Bluetooth monkey.
Because don't we already have the technology where a human can control different things like drones and things like that just with brain waves, and all you have to do is put on a helmet? I mean, essentially, it's wired.
I don't know.
And the fact that it's wireless, I get it, but I've seen that. There's video, kids board games that you put some sort of helmet on. And
well, no, we have the BDM listener whose son has the Iron Man arm, and and I realize that's different, but
I think that's done with some sort of.
But I'm just saying, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the helmet, and you can move the shapes or change the TV or whatever.
And then Elon says that I think he tweeted this, that he hopes later editions will be able to help paraplegics walk again. And the other thing he brought up that he thinks will be cool about this is that it will enable someone to use a smartphone with their mind faster than using their thumbs.
I'll be happy about that.
I heard him talk on Rogan about this, and the chip will start with helping people with CTE problems and different brain injury problems, and people that have had traumatic brain injury or been paraplegic and stuff like,
Well, it'll start with a perfectly healthy monkey.
Also, like there's Tourette's and like certain seizure disorders and stuff that like this thing can basically counteract that stuff.
It's going to be funny seeing someone with Tourette's play Pong with their mind.
I mean, when I hear about these things, I always think about the people that are paraplegic now, but are looking, and then when they announce the date, it's too far.
Wish I was the monkey.
Well, no, it's too. It's too far. They're not going to live that long.
Why do you think about that? Why would you think about that? That's the worst thing to think about.
Because I think about how sad I would be if I was like, God damn it! It's 30 years is going to like.
It's supposed to be for the people in the future and the generation.
Is it healthy? Here's my question for you as your friend: is it healthy for you to go there first?
I mean, it's fleeting, and then I just go about my day.
I think enough of that, and you fucked yourself up.
I just think about the guy that's like in his 40s, and they're talking about some technology that will be ready in like 30 years, and then you're like, God damn it!
I think I only know one paraplegic person.
Yeah,
or quadra. I only know one quadriplegic person.
Tom, how do you feel about the guy who is he's got terminal cancer? They've given him 3 weeks to live, and he gets on Twitter and lets it be known that he really wants to see, for example, Avengers Endgame, right, which is going to come out in 5 weeks, and they fly him a videotape and they let him watch it, and he gets to see the movie early. Instead of spending that fucking time with his family, like, what the fuck, dude? It's not going to matter whether you die or whether or not the Hulk shredded his pants in this fucking movie or not. You spend that 4 hours with your kids.
He loves the Avengers. He hates his family.
He wants to do that Schneider cut.
Here's why I'm mad at that. For a completely different reason. Because he wasted the one wish that the society is willing to give you, right?
Well, what should he get?
On that shit. Well, something better than the goddamn Endgame.
That I agree with. That I do agree with.
I mean,
and you may like Endgame, and Endgame may be good. I'm not that guy. I haven't seen the movie. I'm just saying a lot of people love it. But I'm just saying Tom is correct.
I'm going I want to bang a porn star or something. Like I want the best drugs.
But I want something weird.
Well, I want something better. You
wouldn't know what to do with a porn star, Tom.
I seen it. I know what to do. Fuck you. I know what to do.
Oh my God.
You bitch. I know what to do.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying it, man.
He's mad because I got Mo on his ass. I'm gonna sue him crazy.
They don't give you two. You get one Make-A-Wish, right? You wasted it.
It's called a
Make-A-Wish
is for one Make-A-Wish.
But even if you're an adult, and I think they do it for adults.
I don't think they do Make-A-Wish for adults.
They do some version of it, right?
I would feel bad if I was getting Make-A-Wish and it's like Make-A-Wish Adult Edition.
Right.
Wait a minute. You shouldn't. This is like when you did Trivia Pursuit Kid Edition. You're dumbing it down. So are you dumbing my wish down? How does this work?
I mean, it's the general concept of Make-A-Wish, which is you're dying, and
general concept is your arch enemy.
And then you put it out, and you wish, and you put it out to that.
Wait, you would want your last wish to bang a porn star? Is your wife still around? She'll kill you before your terminal illness even happens.
She had cancer too. She died first. She died first. You know what happens when the wife dies and the husband's right afterwards.
No, this is that one time she'll be like, all right. Like,
no, she would not. Crystal Van would not let that happen.
No, if I'm dying,
you only got 5 days. Fuck it, right?
Yeah. Like, I think it's like,
but when do you do it? Do you
you know how scary dying is? Like, she has to let me do it.
When do you do it? Do you do it day 1 of 5 days, or do it day 5 of 5 days, or day 3?
Day 1 to enjoy it. You know?
No, you do it day 5, so it's the last great thing you see, because you don't want to do it day 1 and then have your wife ask you, oh, you love the porn star more.
Yes, exactly.
For 4 fucking days, she's
yeah, you can't do it too early. You can't do it too early.
Yeah. But if you do it too late, dude, you're like, God damn it, the chemo kicking a motor. You're too sick,
the
right?
key is to do it as you're dying, like as you're
last breath.
No. Yeah, but then she's like, ew.
Well, she's gonna do that anyway.
I don't give a fuck if she's, ew, I'm dead. I'm like, blah.
Yeah,
She's like, ew, he's dead on top of me. He's like a little guy.
Someone would have to pay her. You have to do it where you're not all pale with no hair.
Oh my God, you want me to make love to this little person and he's gonna die on top of me?
You can't do it like the last days of Prince Henry.
I don't know
Who's Prince Henry?
Prince Philip?
I don't know your goddamn Prince.
Last days of Prince Henry. I think that's a porn.
I don't know.
What weird porno are you watching?
You're fucking stupid royal family. Why does your country have that? Stupid.
It is stupid.
Fucking 2021.
The Duke of Edinburgh.
There's a goddamn pandemic and you're gonna fucking queen. Stupid. Anyway, all right,
How
Ross.
is their fault you fucked the name up?
Next story.
Make a wish for terminally ill adults, by the way, is when they give you the morphine drip with the button you can push yourself.
I feel like it's
God,
just,
why'd you? Oh man, that's
like-
a great wish.
you're like consciously.
That's an up down scenario. Boop boop boop.
Yeah,
boop.
like just make it so there's one last push.
Yeah, why are we stringing this out?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I don't-
Jesus
I
My
don't-
Christ.
family's gonna get stuck with a bill. I don't
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't like the lesbian. I like to ride.
Well,
We
we
ride
can't-
to the moon, baby.
we can't kill anybody, but we can't give them an insane amount of morphine so they just die from that eventually.
Right.
You're like, all right, okay. Fucking semantics, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Watch semantics.
Watch it.
It's never had a video component ever.
I'm doing a porno with Prince Henry, and it's called Watch Semantics.
I thought we were on camera.
I believe Samantha said multiple times, I will never have a video component to my show and I'll die on that hill.
Oh, you know what I meant. Next door.
Yeah, you meant subscribe to Travis's mailing list from Samantha.
Yep.
I'm having fun today.
All right, we got a guy. This guy, you'll like this one, Tom. This guy did a good deal of fraud. A couple $100,000. It seems like it's adding up to me here. He found a way. He found these kiosks in, for example, the MGM Grand Casino in Detroit. He found these kiosks that would let people withdraw money if they had their driver's license and like the last four of their social and their phone number and maybe a couple other pieces of information. So this guy started buying people's identities online. He'd go into the casino wearing a rubber mask, and he'd go in there with like a facsimile driver's license, and he was taking them for thousands of dollars.
Wow. What's weird is this happened recently, right?
Yes. Yeah, he just pled guilty.
Couldn't you just go in with a regular pandemic mask and draw less attention to yourself? Because everybody's got a mask on. So
No. You're going to want to do like this guy did and use what I'm going to call a 1984 Halloween quality old man mask.
well, that's the thing. Like, just put on a regular gator, and then have like sunglasses. And that's essentially, nobody would think it's suspicious because it's like the fucking pandemic. Everybody's got a mask on. Why draw attention to yourself with the 1980s old man mask?
Does it look worse than the one I bought off Wish?
Yeah, I'm assuming that it does.
It looks like that, right?
Yeah. It's weird. Like I also like the same. I heard a story the other day about like some countries bitching about traditional Muslim I forgot the name of it, but the whole burqa because of the face coverings or whatever, and they're trying to say like no public face coverings, and then they were talking about the story, and I was like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like, everybody has a face covering.
Right.
Like,
it's all
every
about
country.
the face coverings
so
right now.
it's a weird point in time to bring up this argument of no public face coverings in the middle of a goddamn pandemic when everybody has face covering. I don't know. I'm just like, what?
That's stupid.
Wait, are we brilliant as humans? Or are we fucking total idiots?
No, we're all idiot assholes.
But we do brilliant things every once in a while.
Fleeting.
Yeah. So this guy stole a bunch of people's... actually, he stole the casino's money with a bunch of people's identities.
No, it was these people's money. He had licenses in their name. He had all kinds of information about them. He kind of got shook down by security at one of the casinos, and so they shook him down. He's like, "Sure, I just need to go to the bathroom first." Goes into the bathroom, ditches the mask, and takes off. Right? When he left that time, they found clothes. They found a walker. car key, 2 driver's licenses, and $11,000 in cash. And then when they finally got him, they searched his car, and they found 4 prosthetic face masks, flash drives, 83 driver's licenses, 14 insurance cards, 6 open water diver certification cards, 2 Bingham University staff ID cards, and 19 players cards from various casinos.
Wow, man, this guy was like getting in there.
Was he stealing the player's account money or just getting advances using player credit? Because I know some casinos, if you enter in your like social and all the information, so they can
bump you up.
They'll give you money to fucking lose it. Like that's what the casinos do. It's like,
I don't know if these people had cash on account or if it was like a credit type system where you could come and get like $2,000 to gamble with or whatever. But he was going to these kiosks, like an unmanned little casino ATM.
Yeah.
He was swiping these fake driver's licenses and getting to these people's accounts and getting their money out.
That's nuts.
See, I do. Okay, if it actually affected any innocent people, I feel bad and I'm like, this is shitty. But if it's just affecting the casino itself, I don't feel as bad about it, or I feel like
I think most people would agree with that.
Because I kind of look at it like, even though every business is a business, you're stealing. But with the casinos, there is a kind of unwritten societal thing where, like, we all know these casinos are taking advantage of people and basically offering up games where they always have at least a 1% advantage. They're never going to offer a game that's 100% fair the player's advantage.
Based on the time, they know what the money they're pulling in.
And that's the deal.
They got to pay for the electricity and the shrimp, too, though, Tom. They got costs. So it does say here that all of the individual victims were paid back by Global Payments Gaming Systems, the makers of these kiosks. And this guy, he pled out. So part of his deal, he's required to pay the full amount back to this company.
Oh, wow.
Well, good luck with that.
I hate those judgments. It's like the Hulk Hogan Gawker judgment.
Yeah.
It's like he'll never get the money, right?
Right.
Isn't it like
a certain portion of it? But yes.
But it's not like it's more of a. It's almost like a symbol, right?
Well,
it's
they
like
just
you get $500 million, but
yeah, they don't have it. Yeah,
it's.
And this guy, guess what? He's poor. That's why he was stealing money to begin with.
If he were rich, he would have had better masks.
All right, you got a last story, Ross?
Yeah, let's talk about Indiana. This cat stuck in a tree, I think for it says days. It must have been a long ass time. Tom, what would you do? This cat, it's been sighted. It's in the trees for days. It's come down to it's a last case scenario. What's your call? What are you going to do to get this cat down?
Well, I've rescued a parrot from a tree, which I had to climb. Peanut the parrot got out twice.
You got him too. Did he die like a month later?
No, he's still alive. Bite crazy.
Oh, I thought he was dead.
No.
Oh, he's alive?
The Paco died.
Paco.
That was a little...
How high was that, Tom? How high was that climb?
I was 15 feet in the tree.
That's high.
Whacking a broom.
This cat is up 70 feet.
Oh! That's hot.
That's
70 feet.
It's a fucking redwood.
Really,
7 foot, like a 7-story building. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so Indiana, this cat's stuck up there for days. People are starting to get desperate. It's a local bar that kind of takes possession of the tree. I guess they put up a $200 reward. A guy for a tree service came by and cut the limb down.
Well, did he save the cat?
The cat fell 70 feet and it's fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
That's what cats do.
So for a $200 reward, this real man from the tree service
cats live in our feet.
Fuck this cat.
This tree down.
climbed the tree with the spikes and the band. That's my favorite. Where you're like, yeah, you're doing the wide stand spikes, and then you're doing the whip.
You're whipping a nylon strap up a tree.
He fucking real man climbed 70 feet. For sure you'll die if
He
you
may
fall.
not have used the spikes. He may have just used bare feet.
And then
and the strap.
You know you're a real man when you're 70 feet with spikes and the strap, and then you're starting a fucking pool.
Yeah, and I would like to think that he held onto the branch and then cut below it so he fell with the cat. You know, like, we're both going, cat.
and then you chop the goddamn limb off. While the cat's shaking, look at you, and then just falls.
But I bet you
Ask bystanders screaming horror.
I think the cat did that move where the tree branch slowly... And then as it fell, it got about 3 feet from the ground, and then the cat jumped and then gently landed on the ground like an angel. You know what I mean? You've seen cats do that where they're like being whipped and their bodies are like flying, and then they just land.
Yeah. They got soft bones.
Yeah, they just gotta go like, yee, like helicopters, not Kobe's.
They spread their body out so they like kind of it breaks their fall. They fall slower like a goddamn flying squirrel.
If I fall on anything, I break like all my bones break.
For sure.
And then he collects his $200 from the bar.
I have to imagine. Probably took it out in trade.
I like that guy. Also, those tree trimming guys that climb up shit with rigs,
crazy.
It costs a lot of money to do that shit. Like
surgeons, yeah.
To get your trees cut is like $750. Like you're like, God damn! Why is it so expensive? And you're paying,
risking their lives.
Yes, you're paying for the skill.
Not at the Studio One we had. I paid that guy and his friend. They came. The one guy didn't have shoes on. I paid him in Coors Light while their mom or wife or daughter sat in the truck. Some old lady sat in the truck. They sat over there for 20 minutes. They did everything for an 18-pack of Coors Light and $100.
Okay, well, they're getting some money.
$100.
$100. But they were fans of the show, right?
No, they were driving in the neighborhood. This is like
and they just asked if you wanted tree work done?
This is like the Latin knife people. This is years ago, guys. This is like 10 years ago. There were people that would drive around the neighborhoods, especially these older winter park areas with trees, in a truck with like equipment, and they'll just tell you, "Hey, we'll trim your trees." They'll knock on the door, and
they come by in my neighborhood all the time.
There are guys that will do that, and it is. I don't think there's no insurance, and yes, it could be very bad for you, but
usually they quote you like, I've never seen under $500. It's like, oh, you want these trimmed? That's
it was $100. It wasn't much. Damn. It wasn't a lot to do.
All right, Ross, who's on your podcast this week?
We got one releasing as soon as Mickey has a second to get to it. We did talk to Flat Earth Dave, Tom.
Did you yell at him?
No, it was all very civil. I have to admit, he out-crazies me almost immediately. He is crazier than me by a long sight, so it was a hard battle. I thought maybe we could find some common ground on JFK, but he immediately out-crazies me on JFK, like in a way I couldn't even predict. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I'm excited for this one.
Did he have any good points about the flat Earth? Because every once in a while they'll bring up something, I'm like, that's pretty good. I was like, I just appreciate the creativity of thinking of like, oh, that's a good...
Think outside the box,
yeah. Is there any good points he had?
He did. He kind of preempted the argument I had, which was, remember those guys we talked to that one time? They kind of had like bullshit science that didn't like really add up exactly. So I reviewed my Isaac Asimov from Flat Earth to Quasar. I like brushed up on my ancient Greeks and stuff. But again, he immediately took a turn to the crazy that just erased all that and didn't even really make it relevant. So it's pretty good. I tripped him up like once or twice. Like one time when I did bring up the Greeks, I started saying something about like, you probably don't even want to talk about the Greeks because of, I don't want to spoil it, because of that crazy historic event that you made up that erases all that, right? And I said, you probably don't even want to talk about the Greeks. He's like, let's talk about the Greeks. And he launched into this like long tirade about how the Greeks actually proved flat Earth instead. And I had to kind of I let him go for a minute, and I was like, but remember, your thing is the Greeks didn't really exist, remember? And he's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Two crazy people yelling at each other.
I'm on. This is tomorrow morning written all over it, man. Wake and bake.
And then you won't believe it, Tom. This guy loves tater tots. He loves tater tots maybe more than flat Earth. He's really into tater tots.
Did you like the stereotypical barrel-shaped tater tot or the flat?
You mean the crown? It's called a crown, sir.
Yeah.
I almost made a tater crowns joke, but I restrained myself.
Oh, that's the Tom Van Anyway,
I'll leave you guys with a quick bit of Foley art. This is sword fight. Sword fight.
Okay.
How about thee?
That's good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice job,
Thank you.
man.
Ross, you are Ben Franklin 1000.
Ben Franklin 1000.
I don't know why.
What is Ben Franklin 1000?
I don't know. You were really franking it up.
Really franking it up.
I hadn't looked at you the whole time, and I was like, whoa. Goddamn.
Also, Ross's hair grows super fast.
Yeah. I was like, what
Last week, his hair was a flat top. This week, he got full fucking long hair.
What are you using? I need to do that to grow my hair out.
Your hair grows faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He
God.
He just cut his beard, and look, that's 1 day's growth. 1 day's growth.
A full Franklin freak out.
Ross, please get cornrows.
Take care of yourself, man. Tell the family we said hey, okay?
All right, guys. See you later.
All right, buddy. Be good. Oh, my God. That's
all right.
That's fucking awesome. Oh, my God. Want to take a break?
Yes, take a break, and we'll do double amount.
Got to take a break here, man.
All right. Here we go.
I'll go back to Travis so I can transition out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really, really funny. Tying this in, you talked about Flat Earth. The name of the song is End of the Earth. This is by the Sherlocks, a new... That must have been what you heard, what kicked in earlier. I apologize for that. Here you go. We'll be right back. This is the Sherlocks.
I'm off to catch the sun. I'll keep away from everyone. I'll keep it cloak and dagger just for you.
My balls and ding dong.
No, come on.
Are very heavy. Get yourself a Subaru. Buy yourself a Chevy.
They don't want us to say that.
This one might be the one I actually. I think that is the one I take out.
No, okay.
But then I hide it somewhere in the show.
I always imagine just sitting in like Don Mealy's office, imagine it like giant oak.
Yeah. We've actually seen it. Actually, it's up in the Corvette room, right? I think we saw it.
Yeah. Then they play like the commercial.
Wait, we already had this. Linda Bird did this.
The arms across. And I have to look.
What is this?
And then when I hear it back, I'm like, why did we?
Yeah. Do you want to start over? I can start over.
No. We're leaving it. Only because I think so many of our BDMs buy vehicles at Sport Subaru and Sport Mitsubishi and Don Mealy Chevrolet and Claremont.
Apparently, it's trucks are crazy over there for our listeners.
That we could say whatever we want.
And they're buying big boy trucks. I got to clown on you for a second. Your truck sucks compared to the ones they're buying. I mean, you have a great truck. You bought
Silverado.
It's a Silverado. But they're getting the ones with like... they got the air-conditioned seats and the full-blown. They got all the toys, and it's got this, and it's got
I got the.
It's got the big-ass rims and extended cab. And,
you can get everything.
All the toys. The step sides come down when I open the doors.
Imagine if I got myself that mid-engine Corvette.
Show to work. Oh man, blow your wig right off. I love it.
Dude, that thing is
oh my god,
ridiculous.
I mean, nothing says big ding dong like a mid-engine Corvette. Seriously, man. We saw it. Remember, we got to go down there, and you guys, I don't know the availability. We should talk to JC and see the availability of these mid-engine. I know how coveted they are. They're like, I mean, the things are like literally unicorns. But we got to see one and sit in it. And I bet you if they get one in, maybe we could do something where our listeners get to go down there and check it out.
Yeah, it's nice. And again, you talk to JC Harrelson over at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. Just ask for JC. Tell him you're a BDM. Tell him you're a Tom and Dan listener. He'll take care of you.
I saw Mike Stacks mixing it up with a BDM, I believe, yesterday.
Yep, they were looking for a Subaru, and it's Mike Stacks over there at Subaru. It's the Subaru dealership in the heart of Orlando, right across the street from the fairgrounds.
It's the only one with no dealer fee, too.
Yes.
Save you a little bit of money there, and, I mean, you're already getting that amazing Subaru warranty,
the
lifetime powertrain deal.
The Outback, I mean, I owned a Forester. I had WRX for 3 years.
We just got back from Colorado. I think I understand what part of North America props up Subaru USA. My God.
Yeah. Well,
God.
It's all-wheel drive.
Well, you need it out there.
They have a lifetime powertrain warranty. Like, Subarus hold their value, dude. Like,
great cars.
Anyway, those are the dealerships that support the show. So when you go to them, tell them Tom and Dan sent you.
Get out of here, music. Welcome back to Mediocre Time. I'm Dan. I need to wash my dick off in the executive shower.
Every businessman needs a shower to wash his dick off.
We during the break.
What?
During the break, you were pooping. The our landlord emailed us, and he has another unit that he didn't want to tell us, but he's like, you guys are big business.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I have an executive suite that you guys can have. It's got an executive office with a executive shower off of the office, so me and Tom and Travis can wash our dicks off before we go home.
Probably need to wash your asses.
No, you don't know.
I've seen the bathroom.
You're not even in business. You don't even know business. If you knew business, you know you need to wash your dick.
Every successful businessman has a shower in his executive office to wash his dick off.
Brett Bushy, Scott York, Bo the Big Man Rhodes, Tom Van, John the Alarm Guy, Remy.
Let's dump them out.
Remy. There's many different people that know.
Daniel was trying to get me to go watch Remy's show this morning.
No, he's got a new show. He's got a new co-host named Chris. Check out Remy's Round Table.
Like, come in here, come out. I'm like, I'm trying to do some goddamn business. I don't have time to watch Remy's new show.
Well, there's a way I warm up is to fuck off all morning, and yeah, I was. It's really good. Go check out. I don't even remember the name. Okay, we gotta do this.
Don't tell man, don't tell man, everybody. Don't tell man, don't tell man. Don't tell man, don't tell man, everybody. Don't tell man,
we got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottomics.
don't tell man, don't tell man, everybody. Don't tell man, don't tell man.
Dump them out, brought to you by KDK Accountancy Corporation.
KDK Accountancy Corporation.
OrlandoCPA.net. I saw Bernie this week.
Oh, yeah? Does he have a shower?
I don't know. I've never been in the back.
My God, he's going to need a bigger shower to wash his dick off. God, that guy's going to need a car wash.
Oh, man.
Puts on a sunroof.
You take your dick to Bill's car wash. It's now called Mr. Car Wash.
Don't take your dick out of Bill's.
Tom and Dan do not approve of putting your dick through the sunroof in Bill's car wash.
Anyway, talk to Bernie. Taxes are due next week. I was like, no. Anyway, he'll handle it. So what do we got first?
What are we doing? What are we dumping?
Oh, okay. Butler's vacation.
Yeah,
so,
we'll resume that conversation.
Yeah, and we'll cut out we talked a little bit about.
Do you want me to cut
Twitch.
that part? I
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Okay.
Cut that out.
I'll just sit here for hours and just edit this hunk of shit.
You went to St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And we covered why you didn't bring drugs with you.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the actual looking for drugs at
looking for drugs in
a foreign country.
St. Lucia.
Because I did this in the Bahamas, where I too didn't bring. Now this is previous to medical marijuana. Now I'm like, this is my medicine. I need it. Now
I'm full on addicted now. Yeah, I'm 100 milligram a day, Danny.
But I remember I like wandering around the bathrooms in a casino, thinking that there's someone. Like I was just looking at people in the eyes, waiting for them to solicit me.
Were you really like looking for people?
I didn't know where to find.
Like, hey, you look like a guy who wants weed.
yeah. Because
nobody says that.
They always say you want to party.
Well, that's
usually cocaine.
No, that's cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for someone to come solicit me. Taxis are good for this. Usually, the taxi driver knows everybody or knows where to get it.
Do you remember that one time?
But they'll get offended if they don't.
Do you remember that one time you and I were driving? It could have been a taxi or an Uber, and we're talking to the guy driving us, and he was like, "That over there, that is a warehouse."
That was Uber.
Grand sex orgies.
Where was that?
That's when you guys went for the podcast.
But
awards,
we need to go back. Was it San Francisco?
I could be wrong, but I think that's it.
Grandiose orgies.
Yeah, it was like they have these warehouses where you have orgies.
Was that in Philly?
Can't remember.
Anyway,
sorry.
So, what was your process for trying to find the weed guy at the resort?
It was pretty rough at first. Like I saw them walking up and down the beach late into my trip. I didn't see anybody because it's a private beach, but it's a public beach same time. So it's only sandals that are right there. But there's a public access that people can walk
Sandals?
down.
Yeah, but
Is it a Sandals Resort?
Yeah, Sandals.
There's, I think News Junkie sponsored by Sandals Resort.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sandals. We want to be sponsored too.
And I got palmed actually a couple joints on my last day there by some lady at my table. She's like, "Any of you guys smoke weed?" I was like, "I'm sure I do." And
Okay, all right. Well, that's from a guest at the
Yeah,
resort.
undercover cop, bro.
That's from the guest. So you didn't actually have to buy it off the taxi driver.
I didn't get it local. I didn't get any local.
Does your wife know that you're addicted to weed?
I'm surprised they haven't given you
We don't know.
drugs.
That was also on the list last week. Was the power dynamic between Butler and
I
his
don't
wife?
understand.
We're not really
She's
sure.
extremely powerful. I went on her Facebook page just to do research for the segment. My
Yeah.
God, she's successful.
Yeah, because
It's
she
impressive.
makes you
It's impressive.
lunch, but she's
the breadwinner.
I don't know if she makes lunch. She might have the help make
Is
the
she
lunch.
older than you or no?
No, she's younger.
Okay.
But she's the doctor. She's the
Yeah.
professional.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be an understanding that, like, I'm the successful one. I'm the doctor, the educated one. I
But
make
she's
the
also
decisions.
like the mom because she packs his lunch.
Yeah, it's
But I don't
weird.
see that. I don't
She
know.
massages his
There might be
tail.
somebody else who. How long is your tail? It's a couple inches.
Do you also tuck that up in your underwear?
Yeah, that's always that's got to go down.
So we've seen Butler do this before, and it's very embarrassing, especially when we're standing right there. But a chopper, and ask yourself if you may be a chopper, because you may do this. I do a little
Chop
bit
or
of this.
not?
Where
I think everybody has something where they can chop.
Chop tendencies.
Yeah, I think there's always at least one thing.
Butler will start talking like the person,
It's embarrassing.
like the
He did that here with the delivery guy.
Yes, yeah, in the accent of the person
That he's talking to.
He's talking
Well,
to.
what happened? What did the delivery guy say? Like, oh.
I think the
was
delivery guy
Latin.
was Latin guy, and Butler started talking in a Spanish accent.
It was Speedy Gonzalez type.
It's
It
like
was bad.
1950s cartoon racist.
Hey, I thank you for delivering our
Yeah.
Amazon packages. We totally. I love this video. Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Butler starts taking
He's
out
like, gracias. No, don't.
his poncho. So
I am the frito bandito, Michael Scott.
you started doing this to
Yeah,
all the employees at
Why would
Sandals.
you do this?
I don't even mean to. It
That
just
has to
happens.
embarrass
Where
your
you're
wife.
like, don't worry about the thing, every little thing.
How does your
Gonna
wife
be all
not
right.
Don't worry.
yell at you?
She's like, "You're doing it again."
So it's a special needs detective.
Yeah.
It's your nurse is telling you not to talk to the gentleman.
You're being racist again, Travis.
So the joint that you got palmed, you didn't tell your wife you were going to smoke it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you just
You have to
decided-
go hide?
because it's
Well, they palmed it to me, and Jim's like, "You're not going to smoke that, are you?" I was like, "No, of course not.
Of course not. These people are disgusting.
Smoke weed anymore."
also
Goddamn pandemic.
how does she get fooled by that? Like,
How does she believe you? My wife would have to take the joint and then break it
Break it
and
out.
it would be the flush it down the toilet.
Talk about
And
it.
even then, there's a 1% chance I'll dive in the toilet. I'll jump in there.
Yeah. Or have a backup. Yeah.
like if you're smashing the ice pipe, there's still ice crumbles down in there.
It's one of my favorite jokes.
I will
One of
go
my-
back to the Circle K parking lot.
One of my favorite jokes Tom ever said. He's talking about all the smashed ice pipes. He's like, motherfucker, I'm driving back and get my ice. I don't care.
There's some
I don't
ice
care.
crumbles.
It's powder. I'm sucking that ice off the fucking ground and talking about it going to eat my ass.
Yeah, there's
That shit's expensive.
you ever see what an addict will suck a stranger's dick?
Oh my.
Yes.
God.
They will eat some broken glass and some ice.
I will only suck a stranger's dick to save my family, and that's it. That's it.
And for ice. It's that good.
I can't say you're wrong because I've never done ice, but it sounds great.
So, where did you decide to sneak back to smoke the joint?
Well, we went back down poolside, and I was like, oh, I gotta go take a shit, and so like I ran back.
Super romantic.
I gotta go take a shit.
I went back up to our cottage.
Yeah.
And
You fucking Brits.
and then lit up the joint, and I started smoking that around 10:15 in the morning. It was great. And
in the cottage?
Was it good weed, or was it like dirt weed?
No, it was really, really good shit. She said the lady who gave it to me said it was from Colorado.
This is my way.
It's really good. It's some
This
stinky
brought
indica.
her medical weed because guess what? Everybody fucking does it because they're not looking for it.
Well, she's from Texas. They didn't have it out. They don't have medical out there, so she got it sent to her from somewhere.
Yeah. They don't give a shit.
I'll say you trusting strangers with drugs is
weird.
But there's also this
marijuana.
weird thing where
what I told you.
I remember this happened in Jamaica, where like you go to Jamaica, you're like, yes, weed, and then they tell them no, it's illegal here. You're like,
No,
what?
They did on the bus. I remember.
And you're like, no way. How is that possible?
Okay, you and I were on one of them, the radio station cruises we were on back in the day, and yeah, they stood up in the middle of the bus when they parked us at the resort, and they said, just so you know, marijuana is completely illegal here, and they take a hard line to it, and you will be arrested if you buy it on property.
By the way, everybody's smoking weed everywhere. By playing pool, I was smoking weed with a guy playing pool out of the open.
I bought weed and just, like smoked it in my room. No big deal. But I did think it was weird that they said that.
I think the cops...
It's truth, though. I mean, it is technically illegal there.
The cops will probably just extort you if they...
The Sandals Resort staff were not cool with it. They were like, I smoked, and then I ran back. I went back down to the pool deck.
That's their ass.
And
Where did you smoke?
In
the bathroom?
No, I smoked on behind my building that I was at.
Okay.
And so like it was outside, so it was going to air out. And I was on like a hillside. It was on a hillside, so I figured the wind would just blow it away really
There's
easily.
an old Charbroil gas grill, so the people that work there can have some fucking hot dogs on Fridays.
It's probably because they don't want to offend the ultra rich that are not. Some of the young kids smoking dope by the air conditioner.
And I think we even mentioned this last Friday free show. There is still a massive stigma. We're in our own little bubble, our own little world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know a lot of the
old
parents,
people from the Midwest. They go to Sandals. They're like, "See you smoking weed." They're like, "God damn, this place gone to hell."
Goddamn dinner.
I'm very open about it. You're very open about it. The show's very open about it. We make fun of it. It's part of the joke. But I believe that there are other parents that, of kids that I've been labeled as,
Oh, yeah.
the guy, and I don't like it. It's weird.
Oh, it's absurd. It'll change.
But it weirds Andrea out, though, too, because I can feel the judgment. You can feel it.
No, you're
know.
sensitive. I don't think no one's judging
this is
you at
coming
this
from
point.
her, not from me.
I don't think
I don't
anybody's
care.
judging anybody nowadays. No one gives two fucks about marijuana. Maybe some old pop-ups and memalls, but they are just indoctrinated by their old ways. I think
agree.
any rational adult is like, this is no fucking... alcohol is worse. Anyway, so did you get caught?
No, I didn't get caught, but they had like a swarm of security that were like smelling and sniffing around the area. Like when I went back, got to the pool,
Were you just paranoid?
I started having like an anxiety attack, and Jen kind of busted me immediately. She could smell it on me. So
Also, your eyes weren't open.
yeah.
You must have taken a shit with your extra large, massive butthole.
That's on the list. Widest BH contest.
So you
wanna
broke
do
the
this.
toilet.
This is the new rat tail challenge. If you think you have the widest asshole,
How do they prove it?
they have to take a picture of their asshole.
I think just your turds. Like the girth of your turds.
Just your turds. Okay, God, we're the worst show in the world. We're the worst show in the world.
Well, that one.
Show us your girthy turds. Hashtag girthy turds.
Girthy turds.
And we'll see who's the widest BH.
Sounds like an old grandma's name.
Girthy turds.
Hey, everybody, I'm Girthy Turds, and you're going to love my mango
Send
salsa.
to Tony at TomandDan.com.
It's Girthy Turds mango salsa.
So why do you break every toilet? Do you?
I don't know, just big old turds. I don't know.
Because your asshole is big. You have a big asshole. Your turds
Are they
come out
hard?
the thickness of that White Claw tumbler.
Well, I
right
just think
there.
the Caribbean toilet, it just wasn't very strong.
Oh,
No,
no.
because you broke the cruise. Those are powerful flushes
No,
on the
those
cruise.
toilets in the
those are from
Caribbean.
the morbidly obese
Yeah.
Midwestern.
Yeah.
And he broke it.
Caribbean toilets are made to withstand hurricanes.
Yeah. It has. So, is it the girth of your turds, or is it the toilet paper?
It's just pure mass.
Okay.
My
What's
God.
the mass and density?
He has a
Density
large,
and mass.
Okay.
How thick is your turd?
It's science. He has a I would say a medium to large anus going back into the rectum. Big fucking rectum and big small intestine that's connected to that. His
like
small intestine is pushing out a turd that's the size of a jumbo Maxwell House coffee can that you would put nails in if you were an old roofer.
Yeah, because it's got to be bigger in diameter
But
than
dense.
than the toilet hole.
Yeah,
Because it's not breaking up
and he
in
doesn't,
water, so
he
it's
doesn't
dense.
poop a lot. So he hoards these poops into ginormous Maxwell House Folgers, like mega shits.
Look up the standard girth or diameter of a toilet hole. Because it's got to be bigger than that. It's Butler's butthole is bigger than the toilet hole.
Yeah.
It has to be for you to be clogging all these toilets.
The standard plumbing hole for a toilet is called a flange, and it is 3 inches in diameter. That's the one in the bottom,
that's in
right?
the bottom.
Okay.
We want the
one in the
main,
commode.
the one that you push your turds through.
Flange.
Because I bet you, I wonder if they differ. Because you need a wider toilet hole.
toilet hole.
I get that rental.
Or you can go straight Busey and you can shit and then you gotta get a stick and break it all up.
I think that's what I got to get a stick. I
You
think I need a spatula.
You
I
need
gotta
a whacking
borrow
stick.
the
All
spoon.
right,
Yeah.
we're out of here. We're done with this.
Look at how Grandpa got sad.
Well, now I don't want to go to this next subject. Because it's worse.
What is it?
No, that's a period one. Let's go to a different one.
You can save it.
The period poops, whatever.
I want to talk about the diarrhea song.
Is there anything not due to a period of this? Hashbrowns versus home fries? What is that?
Oh, no, I just wanted to know because I wanted to judge all of
I'm
you.
a hash brown gal.
Yeah, me too. Me and Andrea were going just crazy and just throwing mad shade on people that like home fries.
I like a home fry.
They're not bad, but
they're lazy, flimsy,
They are.
sloppy, crusty, broken potatoes.
Well, they're too soft. I want a crisp.
Yeah, I want some crisp.
Yeah.
Hold on. I would say that home fries are fancier than hash browns.
Fuck no, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I concur.
I'll make
You're
this
out of your
argument.
mind.
I'm dying
Home
to
fries, home fries
you want to
have
fight,
been-
bro?
They're all soggy
Home fries have been
shit.
delicately shredded into some sort of a pattern, or excuse me, hash browns have been delicately shredded into some sort of a pattern. A home fry is nothing more than a soggy potato that's been crisscross applesauce haphazardly cut and thrown into a cast iron skillet with some oil.
It sounds delicious.
I contend that hash browns are just half-assed mashed potatoes where you got 3/4 of the way full
No, it's
done
crisp.
and then you're like,
It's
that's done.
crisp.
There's a crunch when you
We're talking about crisp.
bite in. Oh,
I
it's so
believe
good.
that-
I don't like
believe
when they're
that-
too crispy and then they form into one patty. Like,
That's
No,
the
that's
whole
what you
point.
want. That's what you want. It is a hash brown. It's not hash browns. It's a hash brown.
like individually seasoned home fries
Oh,
are way
yeah,
better.
yeah, of course you would.
And,
Like
Colon-ary,
that.
like if you
Of
ask-
course you would like that. Colon-ary or culinary? Thank you.
Wow.
End scene.
If you ask Gordon Ramsay, I would
If you
say
ask Colin Ramsay,
he would say that home fries are fancier on the spectrum.
I don't know. I think the hash brown is more delicate, which would then make it more fancy, whereas the home fry can be kind of haphazardly slopped around.
All right. What the gush commercial. So,
Oh, you're going back into periods.
yeah. So,
Did you send me this? Did you find it or no? We couldn't find it, right?
No, we didn't find the one that he was talking about.
so I will tell you that I got concerned. I was like, maybe I saw this wrong, or I don't know what the hell I'm talking. I'm like the start of CTE.
No, but I did see a Reddit thread about it.
Yes.
so
Yeah,
it was
so
a
did I.
thing.
So I watched some commercial, and me and Crystal were watching like Hulu Live or something that has commercials still, right? And because I barely am exposed to commercials nowadays. It may have been, no, it would have been America's Funniest Home Videos because they wouldn't put a period
I mean,
commercial
I've
in. Would they?
never.
Maybe they would.
I mean, I found one that.
Kotex.
Let me see if I can play this for our guys,
So-
just so they know what we're
So
talking
they
about.
have, there's this pad commercial by Kotex. Is it Kotex?
Yeah, it's
Kotex.
And it's, the commercial
Here,
is
I
like,
got it. Here's one of them.
Okay, yeah.
I've got one to play for everybody just to make sure I got my volume.
It's called
here.
What the Gush.
Hold your
is-
I
ear.
love it's called What the
You
Gush.
can't plan for your periods. What the gush moments. But the right pad can. Only Always Ultra Thins have rapid dry technology and
So,
they absorb
pause it
40%.
there.
Yeah.
So,
What the gush?
It's fine.
You
yeah,
wrote that.
Whatever.
They should be killed.
No,
like
no.
it.
It's terrible.
I'm fine with period commercials. I'm fine with all this.
I'm fine with
I'm not a
period
baby,
commercial, but I don't need gush.
I'm not a baby.
Gushers,
Even the word gush,
gushers was something you ate.
Yeah,
it happens. That happens
It
to
does
women.
happen. It happens. It's natural.
Yeah, but you don't name it after a treat.
They're like,
It's
she's
not
like,
gusher. It's just gush.
she's like, apparently, if women like at the beginning of their period, before they know they have it, they'll like sit down for a long period of time. Apparently, it'll collect in some form or manner. I don't know. And
we got to stop that. We got to stop the collection.
And
Tsunami.
then when they stand up, it just gushes out. There's like a lot. And they don't like.
Same thing happens with me with shit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's natural. It happens. This is not what I'm arguing. I'm not
it's
being.
fine. You seem like the guy who's like, hey,
No.
Okay, so you like boys? It's fine. It's fine. We'll be able to handle it.
I like beer. I drink beer. I like beer. My friends like beer.
I'm just gonna Google boys liking boys. It's fine. We got it. We can handle it.
Stinky little Sam. We're all like beer. So, what I was mad about is that in the commercial that I watched, now we haven't been able to find it, but
They scraped it from the internet.
on a Reddit thread.
Don't say scrape it.
There was proof on a Reddit thread that someone talked about, like that on TV, because everybody's seen pad commercials or some sort of period commercial, right?
iPad commercial.
And in every commercial, they somehow decided back in the day that they were.
Here's the red one. I found the different one.
Did you?
You did? Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
holy shit. It's
All
just,
right.
you just scroll down. Imagine that. The internet's a great place.
All right, let's see if.
Let's see. I don't know.
You can't plan for your periods. What the gush moments. But the right pad can. Only Always Ultra Thins have rapid dry technology.
Red drop.
Oh, my God. It's way
So
different.
a color really.
Okay,
Oh, my
hold on.
God. We need a blue wave. Blue wave. Blue wave. No more red. My God.
So I'm not mad at it.
I am.
For the.
It doesn't even look like blood.
For the reasons that people are thinking, because I'm some sensitive old man pop-up that's like, oh, God, period.
That's me.
I'm not mad at that. No, it's like, and again, I always laugh about like my pop-up telling me that about changing kids' diapers, and and then he's like, ew, doo-doo. And then I'm like, doo-doo, I think, killed people in World War II.
Right. You cut people's ears off their head.
The stories you told me are the worst atrocities I've ever heard of.
Right.
And I wouldn't be the same person that I was before after I saw them. And you're fucking scared of doo-doo? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, anyway, and the same thing with period blood. I see these real men.
BDMX Concept reported. He reported our Twitch feed.
This is on TV on America's Funniest Video.
Stand for this.
This is on TV.
Good for you taking a stand.
So
you got to draw a line in the sand. You can't be bullied.
I've always laughed about the real men. They're like, period, and then you would fucking kill a deer, blow a deer's head off. Like you've seen
You've seen blood, motherfucker.
You're bloody right now. You're a bloody feet.
Granddad knows how to actually knows how to hang it up and actually butcher it correctly. Do that with a fish and everything.
You've executed an animal with no emotion.
How many hogs does your granddad kill? Hundreds.
Yeah. So that's it. Always made me laugh because I'm like, well, who gives a shit?
Also, who's more of a real man? The woman that has to do that every fucking month, or the guy that's like, oh, I don't want to see a red colored dye in a period
I have never
commercial.
said you guys aren't tougher. I have never said that.
So I contend like it's always just a stupid joke that guys are afraid of period blood. But here's why I'm mad at this.
Okay.
Because I believe that the only reason we're seeing the red dye is a pushback because of so many guys saying, ew, period blood. So then someone in the marketing department is like, I'll shut those motherfuckers up. I'm going to dye it red.
Wait a minute. So is you in the marketing department?
Because I contend that there's no way just having the red sells more pads, right? Like, I can't believe that this is purely for
I will
sales.
Say, for years, women have complained that it looks like they're just pouring Windex into a pad. And it's like, yeah, that's not the same consistency of, like, period blood. But so they want to have more of a appropriate representation.
That it makes sense if it was more viscous. But
I agree.
This is just dyed blue water.
It's a little closer. Only because if they put actual like thick
clot.
Not
first they wouldn't absorb as well.
Yeah,
you put a clot in there.
But I think that'd be
that's not
too
gonna
far.
absorb, it's
I
just
don't
gonna
think
sit-
anybody would
Snotty
want to see
blood.
that.
Now, if you're asking me if I would prefer that you guys would Lee Windex, I say yes. I say yes.
I mean, us too. Trust us. We don't want to.
I am pro
bleed
Windex.
out.
I'm team Windex.
I just don't believe that changing the color will somehow sell more pads because women will be like, "Oh, now I know it." Before
You say that, but I think it might actually like a small margin. I don't think a lot, but I think a small margin
thing.
might be exactly. It's of they're actually representing like what it actually is.
That's different. If the reason is because we're taking a stand and we're going to make it red because that's real, and therefore it's like
we are not afraid of the thing that we're trying to provide a product for. I get it.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I like it. I do like it. I don't like the whole topic, and I've always made jokes about it. But yes, I think you should put the blood in there. I do. Can you said take a stand? I know you're going to take a stand. I just want to take a stand because we need to punish an employee today.
God damn it again!
It's just time. I mean, I'm going to go to our web page.
Oh yeah.
It just needs to happen before we get out of here.
I thought you were lying when you said that.
So this is last week's Friday Free Show. It's entitled show number 614, entitled Sex Goblin, where our internet aficionado guru, yeah, Tony Palmiotti apparently puts just straight up Japanese porno on her website where there's two Daniel-like goblins sucking a Japanese boy's tits, and I can't stand for this. We got to stop. We got to stop the Asian hate.
It's a little too far.
So let's go back, and Daniel was doing everything when it came to loading the show, which is loading the actual audio for the show, doing the YouTube video, doing this Twitch video.
I used to do the notes. I don't do the notes anymore. Now Sam does the notes.
The notes, but you would upload the details of the show, and I finally had to tell Daniel, I was like, you have to divvy this out to people. You can't just do it all yourself. You're here.
Also, don't divvy it out to Tom.
I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to get to behind.
You can't do it all.
To do nothing.
Give it to somebody else.
That's the reason you own a business. You get to the point where you just wander around like a crazy old man, like the old man from Pawn Stars. Anyway, so
the whole chat room, I don't think anybody saw what he put up, but they're all laughing at it.
So you gave this to Tony, and Tony's done a good job.
He does a great job.
But he did put a picture of two goblins sucking a Japanese anime boy's tits.
It's too far.
And we were like, that's sometimes a sponsor goes on our page and they're like, what the fuck is that?
They are sucking the blood out of those nipples.
So I was drinking my new favorite drink. I was drinking a Mountain Dew Rise energy.
Yeah, you've been obsessed with those.
I love these. And I'm drinking one, and I saw this picture, and I spit it out. I was like, Tony's lost his mind. He's going crazy.
So you figured out that he must have just searched.
Oh, I found it.
Sex goblin.
Yeah, if you want to play along at home and you are.
Hold on, let's Google sex goblin and let's see the choices.
Yeah.
Choices
and click
Tony
images.
had.
Click images.
Okay, I gotta be careful because we gotta make sure we're on Butler. So now
just in case. Yeah.
Look at me. All right, if you do what he did, I found it. So you go sex goblin.
All right.
Google sex goblin.
And then, by the way,
images.
it is in the Urban Dictionary.
It is.
Surprising your other half by hiding behind an obstacle only to jump out from behind it, revealing you are completely naked, shouting the phrase sex goblin.
I'm going to do that tonight.
So I'll go to images, and then if you...
wow.
There's a lot.
Wow.
And if you scroll down,
you'll... All anime, though.
It's
it is
right
all
here.
Anime,
well, he got through a good amount of them.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them have titties and other things.
But the one he originally...
three of them boofing a
The
big
one
girl.
that he used, I
found...
found...
Oh, my God, look at that one.
This is the one he used. It's from a story called The Goblin Cave. Where
oh, my God.
Where this boy, or man boy...
butt fucked by a goblin.
He gets the full goblin. Now,
holy shit.
Yeah, the picture... This is right after the picture,
Look
Tony...
what's going on to Tarzan down there.
No. Don't look at that.
Whoa.
Don't look at a Butler.
Okay, here's right after...
That was too far.
Right after I showed you... that Tarzan.
Oh my God!
That Tarzan's too far.
What is it?
Ram Jam Tarzan.
Who's the guy at the bottom?
That's the villain, right?
I don't.
It looks like the villain from Pocahontas Tarzan's getting him good.
His muscle tees are huge.
All right, well, there you go. There's the show.
Wow.
We did it. We're done.
Did Tony look through all these and the Deb comes? He's like, "What are you looking?
What are you doing?"
There's a real life one. This one's a real one. This one is like real life.
Oh yeah,
That's like a real life one. But this is the one that he pulled from. It's a small story called Goblin Cave, where apparently this man gets captured by these goblins, and then they just kind of have their way with him.
My goodness!
You could have just put a regular goblin with a hat on. You didn't have to actually have a literal sex goblin.
All right, Christine is chiming in. This is the part of the day where the parents are checking in. Christine says, "Kid gets in car right when the word butt fuck is shouted."
I apologize, Christine.
Well, why are you listening to the show? That's on you.
That is on you.
Well, the goblin's that important.
You're like, I hope they don't curse on the last minute of the show.
You know what? Let's chance it.
That's
oh my God! Brock BDM says I could see Tony selecting these images while stroking his calves.
No, he can't stroke his calves because the green paint would rub off.
He's into old timey porn.
Yeah,
so it's slow. She's nude, but I can still tell she's a flapper.
What's the matter, Susie?
I just can't find a gentleman suitor that's good enough to take me down to Coney Island to get a couple hot dogs.
Is that person in blackface? Like, oh my God.
Did you see Susie? She's down at Coney Island. She wants a couple of hot dogs. Does she want a footlong hot dog or just a shorty? It looks like she wants a footlong.
All right. What was the kangaroo jumps?
Kangoo. It's Kangoo jumps.
Oh,
not
he can't read. He can't.
We'll do this for next week. This is your homework. I want everyone, all listeners listening right now to the end of the show, to research Kangoo jumps. It is the new fitness sensation that will be taking over the nation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to join to be one of their ambassadors. I will not do that.
It's bounce shoes, right?
They're bounce shoes. Yeah, I wanted to buy moon shoes for the whole.
Let's TikTok it.
Have you seen what
you
they
showed
do?
Me,
oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Kangoo. You want to do Kangoo jumps? I'll pull up Kangoo jumps.
And it's just they have the
seems very Eastern European kind of weirdness.
It's like Russian weird dance.
Yeah, weird shit.
It's the curved.
Here they are. Here are green, black, ultra Kangoo jumps.
It's like you're stepping on.
But then you do synchronized dancing with it.
Yeah, let me see if I can go to the website here.
It seems like it's an ankle
These are worse
breaker.
than rollerblades.
Yeah, but I feel like when a guy walks in.
Look at those guys. Look at those. Look at the kid. He's right behind his mom. His mom is hot as hell. Okay, this is what I like where they do the dancing.
Remember, every once in a while you'll see supermodels and they're walking in super high heels and they're doing the I'm walking and my ankles are breaking as I walk.
Yeah, the Bambi, yeah.
I feel like that would happen with these. That you would fold your ankles over because it's too much. You're too high on the actual balls.
There you go.
You might. I think I'd be good at this.
Look at that headdress.
This is the Kangoo. This is the 2019 Kangoo Jumps World Championships. I was watching with my lovely wife Andrea Dennis last night. We were watching this. So this is Team Lithuania coming out.
That doesn't look like Lithuania.
Yeah, that's them.
Boring.
Yeah.
You need someone that's really got some moves here.
You gotta see what they're on.
They better start bouncing around or I'm over.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at those feet. That's hard as hell to do.
This is stupid.
How does
this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, it's hard.
All right, here we go. We got some bouncing.
They need to be doing backflips and shit.
They're not that springy. It's more about the core and about the
balance.
Yeah, more about the balance.
Is fucking stupid.
Okay.
Every time I see this, I always think of
I want them.
How much time they practiced, and I imagine them practicing in a hot warehouse. Everybody
they
practices.
don't have anything good. They're practicing in the back of a pub.
Yes, yeah.
Or something.
And they're because you have to practice this synchronized dancing for a long time.
It's hard.
This is months of work to actually get up there and do this routine.
Now,
right?
I watched all of the 2019 Kangoo Jumps World Championship, and I'm starting 2020 tonight. and I'll report back. But so far, South Korea, they are the ones that I think would ignite Butler a little bit. They're very explosive. They're very dynamic.
They like the Jabberwockies.
They do a lot of like flips and lifts, and they do like a lot of unconventional moves that will it play out with the judges? You'll just have to tune in tonight and find out. It's Kangoo Jump's 2020 World Championships on YouTube.
I know we're trying to get our TikTok numbers up. Do you guys want to learn that Cardi B TikTok dance and do it together? And
What is that?
post it?
What's the Cardi B TikTok dance?
I mean, it's a whole dance routine. You have
How
to
long
learn.
does it take us to learn it?
I mean, that depends on
Don't
how
we,
good
like,
you guys can dance.
let's
It's only like a 10 to 15 second dance.
Let's just deep fake our faces on good dancers. We're there, right?
I'm pretty stiff.
But that makes it funnier. I mean, let's be
What, do
honest.
you get a boner?
Let's do it.
I'll have a giant bruised knee. Tom will be stiff.
Oh. The TikTok dancing.
Come on.
You being stiff is what makes me a better snowboarder.
I'm just.
Snowboard championship next week. It's happening.
When are we doing that?
You know why
Why did your wife get so mad? Was it because another man was trying your masculinity? And she was like,
I think so. Yeah, she did. I heard her in there.
Call
She
her.
said, "How dare you?" She said it. I heard
Call
it.
your wife because I guarantee
Yeah,
you she
she
was
got
ride or
upset.
die on your
Yeah,
ass,
she
and she was
was.
about to fuck him up.
Yeah, she was.
She was about to fuck him up.
I heard her.
No,
My wife wasn't. My wife will never
She
do
was
that.
sticking up for her man.
If I'm in the wrong, my wife is not ride or die. She will look at you and be like, "You're right. He's a fucking idiot. I'm on your team." Like, but your wife doesn't matter what you say. She's like a little bit like Bonnie and Clyde.
Like she'll pick on you, but if somebody else does in her presence, no, she ain't
she'll
having
fuck
it.
them
That's
up.
right.
Just
That's a good woman.
It is a good woman. I don't have that. Andrea, if you're listening, I need you to
I
get
think
my
she's in
back,
the chat.
even when I'm being stupid.
I just get mad at Butler when he makes these proclamations that he knows what the reality is.
He
and
knows a lot. You just don't use it.
But I know he doesn't know because every time he does it, and I'm like, "Do you know that? Do you?" And he's like, "Nah, I just made that up." I think that's why I get mad after 3 years of that. When Butler's like, "You know why your toes hurt? Because your boots are too big," and then I got mad because they were too small. So you told me the opposite of what the reason was. And why you said it so confidently, it makes me mad.
But that's what you do.
I know.
Oh, you hate yourself.
That's part of it.
I hate myself for loving you.
My sons do the same thing to me, and I'm like, my God, it's irritating. This person has no idea what they're talking
You
about.
gotta shave your lips because you got water all over. There's like hairs.
Oh, no.
There's hairs on his lips that collect all his spittle. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like every day is like working with it's like working with Stephen Hawking. He ate a chicken salad sandwich. It's like a little bit right there.
I'm getting that.
I'm like, wipe your fucking mouth. The old lady that was my ski instructor was eating a chicken salad sandwich at fucking Snowmass. And old people that eat like soft sandwiches, fuck you, old people that eat soft sandwiches, because you're chewing applesauce for 25 chews and it's fucked up. It's too many chews. Just fucking swallow it.
All
Sorry,
right.
I needed to say that.
Thank you, BDMs, for
nothing.
for continuing to support us.
Oh, that.
Thank you to everybody who bought a ticket to the Land Cruise event. We're looking forward to see you next week.
Yeah, a week away. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Norm says he loves you.
Thank you, Norm.
No. Just a thank you.
I'm trying to think. Visit our hookups page if you want to support some of our, sponsors that are offering some discounts.
Indeed.
There's a bunch of them on there, and if you support,
like Bug Nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we had them on this week. So shout outs to those guys. They got
all the watering holes out there.
Yeah, a lot of great water holes.
And then if you support any of our sponsors and just send us an email and be like, hey, I use American Air and Heat, I use At Home Floor Store, I use Secured Roofing, all that, we will send you a prize.
Yeah.
Because every single customer
it matters.
that comes from Tom and Dan matters to
moves the
businesses.
needle. Yes,
And
every customer moves the needle for our clients.
Yeah, and so we appreciate that very much. And
Tracy
we'll try to help
Manu
you.
Bull, goes to Manu Bull. Like, these are guys that like use all of our clients and then they
he
email us.
used like 3 in a month.
Yeah, well,
he said he emailed you, Tom, and he's mad about it.
And I printed.
I gave him a prize.
No, I printed them out for today, but they do. They go above and beyond. Like that stuff. Honestly, guys, I mean, we are as much a small business as any other like a Gringos or any other like.
No, they're bigger than us.
But I'm just saying we're a small business,
Yeah.
and so when you use our guys and when you tell them that you used us, and when that gets back to us, it makes us look like heroes, and so we appreciate it. It keeps our company up and running.
Here's an email from Heidi. Good afternoon, Tom. As I always do, I use another one of your show sponsors. This time it was Secured Roofing on a new roof on my mom's house. She said, I'll continue to support. I'm sending her a prize. Eric is sending you a prize, and we appreciate that.
Love it.
Thank you, Heidi, and everybody who supports our sponsors.
Now we're going to go around the room and say one thing we're thankful for every person.
Samantha, any semantics this week, or was it last week?
No, it was last week. We had Eric Pabone and my friend
you would
Derek
know that. You were watching the video component.
This one.
Watch semantics each week, Monday through Friday.
Watch it.
8:30 on the WB.
But this Sunday there will be a new. You heard about this one. It is released on the Semantics Patreon. That's patreon.com/semantics. Spelled SAMANTICS.
Do me a favor.
It's free.
Yeah.
These episodes are free. The you heard about this ones are free.
Yeah.
We're doing one
Can
or
I
two
talk
a month.
about that?
Yep.
Yeah, you're just like us, and we have obviously our stupidity is bled over to Sam. She's giving you free shows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, since I'm not on her show and have no affiliation with it, don't cheap out. Sign up and help her Patreon because she's giving you free shows. Don't be a dick.
We do have paid shows that are the after parties, but the you heard about this ones are conspiracy theories and mysteries that me and Derek are doing, and this week will be about Andrew WK. So it'll be released this Sunday.
That's going to be a fun one.
And you can check out all those episodes on Pandora. Remember Pandora?
Yeah.
Dan Cummins is like one of the lead podcasting affiliates of Pandora.
No, does it still exist?
Yeah, it still exists.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it got bought by SiriusXM Satellite
Not on
Radio.
Pandora.
And they're all in a big thing now.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a bracelet now. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Anything for Butler to plug? Or,
I don't know.
you're mad as
BigOldButthole.com.
What? BigOldButthole.com. He stuffed 400 bags for you this week.
The name of the show is Big Old Butthole.
Tony, buy that website. Put a picture of Travis on it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.